make us feel like say there was a deal between the APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and now waiting make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or the APC and Oga Adeleke, and now waiting make Adeleke win the Osun State election. Guess what? Little did people know that there may actually be fire on the mountain or trouble in paradise, because recent revelations of waiting Davido father they talk, and waiting Davido they reveal, and waiting the APC members themselves they talk for public, even though say some of them don't delete those things now, don't show say indeed this Osun State election was a big loss for the APC and it troubled them big time. Well, as it be like this, so somebody like Ovie Omo-Agege don't come out to come talk, say this 2023 election, 2027 election, because of Osun State election, it don't show Nigerians say they must stand up and make sure say they defend their vote. Now say he never see for in life people will be say they need a campaign based on the work what they do. They campaign just because you have to vote. They must win election anyway. Well, all of these and more issues now we'll talk about. We extract this conversation and everything we surround them, because there's a lot to unpack for this matter. Welcome to Updates with Precious, another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things we will share for inside Nigeria. My name is Precious Amy, and as usual, we'll go first look at things that really happen for inside the dailies, and then we begin bringing on the hot matter the more we get today. Well, before then, make I just go take a small break, come back. When I come back, we'll enter the matter the one by follow. Don't forget, make you like and share this post. Subscribe to this platform if it's your first time. Don't forget, we also do live for Citizens Voice 97.1 FM Lagos State. Citizens Voice 97.1 FM Lagos State. And if you listen to us there, now, make sure say you pay attention, make you hear what we talk about. Well, make I just go take a small break and they come back before we dive straight into the conversation. Stay with us. Good evening. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside the country. My name is Precious Amy, and it always sweet my belly to bring on an update of all the things that happen for our country. Well, if this is your first time of joining us, or you click on the bell button, click on the subscription button, like and share this post, and we also let you know so we for radio for Citizens Voice 97.1 FM. You could hear us there live. As it be our tradition, we go inside some dailies, we could see some things and some news that would happen for Nigeria sharply before we enter inside the cocoa of the matter will be the core of our conversation tonight. All right, sharply, we could just go there very quickly. So looking at some of the things ready for inside the news, cooking gas update in Nigeria after Dangote depot owners reduced LPG prices. And then let's see what we have here. In xenophobia, Nigerian government evacuates 83 more Nigerians from South Africa Wednesday. And then Ogun seals company over illegal dump site and waste burning. Governor Adeleke's victory, Osun election won at high price. Patutomi, now they talk that one. And Osun election, Tinubu lost. APC afraid of 2027. Dele, is that what you're saying? That Tinubu lost? APC afraid of 2027. Meanwhile, in security, NDC demands urgent action over IED threats in Zamfara. And then Osun election, opposition angry. Governor Adeleke thanked Tinubu for victory. Sheikh Hussaini. APC spent 70 billion naira to procure votes. Dino Melaya alleges reveals lesson from Osun. 70 billion. But that's not be waiting. Okay, well, we did more a bit in line with waiting Davido father revealed today, but we will just go straight to waiting Melaye talk first of all. So Oga Melaye will be say waiting make and make money for this in life and growth will be say one good way buy and begin multiply we make and get money. Will be former senator too. He don't allege say the All Progressives Congress APC spent about 70 billion naira. 70 billion naira to buy votes for inside the just concluded governorship election for inside Osun State. Now, Melaye talk this on and make this allegation for a post we be seeing share from my official Facebook page today, Monday. Now, former lawmaker pointed out that there are lessons Nigerians ought to learn from the outcome of the Osun State election ahead of the 2027 general elections. According to him, electorates in Osun collected money from the ruling party, but still voted for their various choices. Now, Nigeria must learn from Osun election, where APC spent a whopping 70 billion naira only to procure 444,000 votes thereabouts only. The implication is that more people collected APC money and voted for their conscience. 2027, collect APC money and vote your conscience. Will APC will meet again. He wrote that. Okay, moving on. Elections not do or die affair. Governor Bala Mohammed, 90 talked about when a court chairman demands release of detained Osun supporters and local government funds. So, yeah, we don't win election, you don't reach time. Release our local government money. And please, the people that want you detain, or you release them, you don't do. Maybe we don't promise now, say will they support you, or yeah, it's enough now. Please do the needful so that everywhere organize. Nigeria's inflation drops again to 15.43%. Nigeria set to release inflation. Okay. All right. Let's see. ITC begins Benue assessment to boost cowpea system exports. And then how many more Nigerians must be slaughtered? Atiku Abubakar blasts Tinubu government over 32 deaths in Sokoto State. Say how many more Nigerians gonna go slaughter again? Waiting they go on. This now as over 32 people die for inside Sokoto State. Every time people they die. But people they want to say, why are people when they talk this time? And people they always accuse and say, you need to talk when people die. Well, we could see what to make it talk now. So he say article talk this one for inside in X handle today will be 17th, where he condoled with the families of victims for inside Sokoto State. And he said, I am devastated by the killing of 32 innocent Nigerians in Ungushi community, Kebe, local government area of Sokoto State. And then he said condolences were no longer enough and questioned how many more Nigerians would have to die before the government treats the protection of lives as an emergency. And then, but condolences no longer enough. How many more Nigerians? He says so. Atiku urged the federal government to strengthen intelligence, to secure vulnerable communities, and bring those responsible for the killings to justice. How many more Nigerians have to die? He said so. Well, meanwhile, Remi Tinubu leads governors, first ladies, and others to Ogun for launch of food bank program. Police warn against digital thuggery, fake news ahead of 2027 election. So I beg me when I no carry fake news. So, let's see what we have here. Lakurawa fighters kill 2, lead prayers in Sokoto Mosque. That is, them kill people finish, they still lead prayers. Wow. And then God will hear the prayer. Interesting. Thank God no be man. All right, let's move on. Petron demands guaranteed crude oil supply before Port Harcourt Warri restarts. And then Army tightens security in Kebe, vows no safe haven for Lakurawa because Lakurawa people caused that problem for Kebe. And then Osun election, Bamidele urges Oyebamiji to congratulate Adeleke of her policy ideas. So the leader of the Senate Majority Leader Okoyemi Bamidele don't tell Oyebamiji, DAPC governorship candidate, say forget about that court where you say you won't go. All those things when I won't review good court, forget about it. Congratulate Adeleke. Why is he saying so? Okay, let's go ahead. Pensioners hail Tinubu's choice of Bindawa to head NSIWC. Meanwhile, Kobolo meets new Edo speaker. Urges unity. I tell you, say Edo speaker resigned today. He resigned today, and there's a lot of problem brain because there were rumors about his possible impeachment and all that. The next thing he just tendered in resignation. Meanwhile, 20 Kaduna University lecturers resign, and then ASU showdown looms. No, 200 Kaduna, 200 lecturers resign. How many then? Which school? The school won't use find these lecturers, replace them again. That's just tough for any school. For 20 lecturers to resign one day, that's a lot of blue for any school, honestly speaking. Because how 20 people go resign one day? Well, that's not what's going to happen for inside there. And then I hereby endorse Tinubu for second term in 2027 presidential election. Governor Adeleke said so. Davido opposes Adeleke's support for Tinubu, says evil people, APC killed people over I'm a writer more. Now People's Gazette, 9 writer. That's what they use put them. In fact, make a read and the way they use put them, make it for error. Okay. With the way they use put them. Because that's part of the conversation we're going to very shortly. So if we could make her just open them up, look for CM first of all. So David, aka Davido Adeleke, don't blow hot for waiting they happen for inside Osun State. So let's see. Yeah. He don't oppose Governor Ademola Adeleke's support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you remember, in Uncle Talk yesterday, say he supports the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second term. And then when they asked him during on politics today, he did say that it's simply because he's a Yoruba man. That's why he's supporting him. Right, he's from the southwest. So David is opposing the second term bid, so that support, describing the All Progressives Congress as ruthless and disgusting. So the Afrobeat singer alleged that APC supporters' violence targeting Accord party members and sympathizers led to the death of several people in Osun State. Now, Davido is Mr. Adeleke's nephew, and he said, I can never support APC in my life, but he did that tweet on Saturday. However, Mr. Adeleke Accord Party beat APC, of course, Baje, with over almost 70,000 votes. Now they used beat them to win. He said, Yao kept it bloody and lost. People died. That is, Ona keep the election bloody, and yet people died. He threw them the F word, self. Hey, throw them the curse word. Davido said on Sunday, replying to a tweet by an APC supporter who restated his loyalty to Mr. Oyebamiji after his loss. Now, Davido added, I brought no one. No one defended me. I backed my family on my own. You guys are ruthless and disgusting. I have done my job. Nigerian politics is evil, and I don't want to be part of it till God help us. So he said. Now, however, Adeleke has reaffirmed his support, of course, to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said, at this point, I must deeply appreciate the president. And then, of course, he further reiterated and emphasized, double down on that as a matter of fact. But we're coming, not be this particular revelation we'll look at. We will look at more things ABC Davido talk. But let's just continue with the headlines. Now, Obi demands compensation for victims of electoral violence and killings in Osun State. So, okay. Since be say you don't be like this now, and be say the people will die now, they die for nothing. Because if at the end of the day it was a deal, and inside that deal people died, so can we at least compensate the victims that died under that deal? That would be a fair thing, isn't it? FBI announces recruitment exercise in the US and other countries. Let's see what we have here. Ex-Governor Ringboshola congratulated Adeleke over electoral victory. Yes, that's it. Well, let's move on to other issues or other things we do for Inside News. Moving on to Motori for Inside News. B2B donates 10 million naira to Kogi Nursing School, says education and healthcare must be prioritized. And then terrorists abduct Katsina farmer Abdullahi Umaru Sako from his farm. From inside a farm, neither doctor. And I see how security use they can pay for inside this our country. Okay, we're coming. We'll continue and then we'll get to other issues. Meanwhile, notorious terrorist Kachala. Kachala is not any other Kachala. It's the original Kachala terrorist, yes. Notorious terrorist Kachala Maha reportedly killed 14 people in 3 days in Katsina community. And he's under the surface of this earth within the territorial integrity of Nigeria. I will not feel catch up. 14 people in 3 days. One person. I will not if you do anything to them. We cannot catch him. Well, this is Nigeria. But let's move on very quickly. Kaduna State University also threatens indefinite strike. Over 2,000 professors, lecturers quit. Whoa. And then C Road to Government House. Edo residents blast up Peholo over dilapidated Benin Road, especially road really lead to Government House. I will show you a video. Abuja has never experienced this type of flooding. Isaac Fayoshe, not just him, so many Abuja residents, they blast your minister Wiki over the new flood thing where they happen for inside Abuja now, where they say they never experienced before. 2027, vote and go is gone. Now it's vote and stay until results are uploaded. Omo-Agege hails Osun voters for defending their votes. Well, I don't want to talk this information alone. It be like say I get the footage when you talk. Make I go show and I'm not gonna listen to them when they talk. Take a listen.
You see a political party boasting right there, and I can see the result of that. That is rig it. I can rig it.
Sure.
I'm not even planning how they're going to convince people that, oh, the way of Kowa, in the middle of the Eposo Kabali, I plan on it now, who I can't election now, or I plan it. But they need to understand one thing. It is only a tree. You will tell, I am coming to cut you down, and the tree be waiting for you. Ire, what I'm going to watch out, Usurecha, what could they done? We are wiser now. We are wiser now. So the election now, where people are to go. In the past, it used to be vote and go. Where oh, come on, vote and go home. Original, it is vote and stay. Vote and stay. Vote la way over ya show. Walk here, you will stay back there and watch them count the vote. Any killing you, that's what I'm going to upload already. And they began what we are going to do, we are going to ensure that all our people, all our agents that are not on the KJC, once any of them have network, nobody will leave that place until there's upload. What do you mean now? We are not cowards. I didn't make it. So we have to move it before they vote and stay. And if you vote and you stay and they count the vote, we are going to win. You make it? Olomu, Proton, Murobo,
All right, so you don't hear that one. Say now vote and stay, not be vote and go. So you heard what he said about making sure that at least one or two of their polling unit agents get network, and say with that network, they will make sure say there is an upload before anybody will leave. Make everybody stay there, make the upload, monitor their votes. How you take say this one? And of course, wait till can react to this one because of the Osun State election. I see I'm saying they talk to people within a constituency, and people don't they talk, say, okay, so if that is the case, how about if people they can't give them money again now? They know we want to people can they talk, say, wait, to the kind of money we BC APC they deploy for inside elections. If the money them we BC didn't malay talk not true, how do you deploy that kind of money? When it be say go fit use that kind of money better the lives of people. Waiting happen to use that kind of money to better the lives of your people. Because imagine if the 70 billion we be saying talk not true. Imagine waiting 70 billion for the lives of people for inside Osun State where they deploy. The number of schools, hospitals, where for equip, before make people live long. But we'll rather use it to buy votes, to remain in power. Does that not tell the people who are collecting that money for votes something? If truly they give you money for vote, does it not tell you that for them to give me this money, that means that they gain past 50 times of that money where did they give us? Because who know, the person that they put money where you know will get return. It's natural. Well, let's move ahead. I want to make this conversation also. I'll be opening phone line. But that's what Ovie Omo-Agege said. Moving on, Osun election. No political victory is worth the blood of a Nigerian. P2B mourns electoral violence victims, calls for compensation and adequate security. And a lot of people agree with him, while others don't agree with them. Xenophobia. South Africa anti-immigration movement sets new deadline for foreigners to vacate. Again, and Ramaphosa the other day, waiting in the talk, said, I will play you waiting in the talk. Well, P2B leads Foundation for Kogi Technical Vocation Center calls for greater investment in education amid Nigeria's 20 million out of school crisis. And then rising tuition to 300. Okay, let me take this. Say raising tuition fee for universities to 300,000 naira and telling students to borrow through NEL fund is no achievement. Now, a social commentator don't tag Tinubu NEL fund student loan. That scheme as one of Nigeria's biggest fraud. See how you go talk say you increase school fees to over 300,000 naira, and you dey tell students say make dem come borrow money. It's not like you're giving them grants to go to school. No, It's loan, you're borrowing them, and they are calling it a favor. Well, let me put it exactly how it was said. So, social commentator Prophet Switch has criticized the student loan scheme introduced under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, that is NEL Fund, as one of the biggest frauds amid sharp increase in tuition fees across Nigeria tertiary institutions. I had said this before, like I say my mouth, the smell. So the commentator questioned the value of presenting the student loan scheme as an achievement when students are increasingly being confronted with higher tuition fees and are required to borrow borrow money to remain in school. So, reacting to reports of tuition increase from about 23,000 naira to as much as 300,000 naira in some institutions, he argued that asking students to take loans to meet the higher cost when you increase does not amount to an achievement, particularly in a country where millions of people are living in poverty. So the criticism comes amid growing debate over the impact of Nigerian education, that is Nelfund loan. So which was established by, of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think in 2024. After from 2023, then they began increased tuition fees. Then, so Nelfund, of course, was introduced, to help the families of all households to go to school. As the guy they speak, he said that Nelfund that the biggest scam we don't ever see for in life, because how you go make people pay high cost of school fees, they can't call and say give them loan. There is nothing loan in that. Sorry, there is nothing achievement, nothing that is an achievement in that. But moving on, Bola Tinubu hints on the president or presidency's hints on spending more billions of dollars in Port Harcourt refinery after $3 billion that was spent in 2024, still not accounted for, and the refinery is still not working. Okay. Osun people withstood siege of 27 APC governors, cash, police, military, thugs, and proved Nigerians can defeat APC in 2027. Former governorship candidates in Lagos State, Badamasi, and they talk this one. Meanwhile, Davido steps away from Nigerian politics after helping Uncle win election. Osun election has taught Nigerians that coming out en masse to vote for 2027 is the easiest way to stop APC's rigging. So Nigerians, on a don't learn a lesson, will you be willing to come out on us? But let's see other stuffs we have in the news very quickly. So you people are ruthless and evil, and I don't want to be parts. Davido blast APC youth leader Dio Israel after calling out young party members, leaders for not paying Davido like politics. Now, let me go straight to this point. So, this is a conversation we've been waiting for. So, let me just go straight to the beginning of this conversation so that we'll understand exactly what's happening. So, APC youth leader, I don't know whether you remember him. The same one will be in the support of that Joash Amopeto. Remember seeing that him being tweet that way Joash Amopeto, where they say that handle, where the alleged handle will belong to Joash Amopeto respond to. He's the person. So, he tweeted something, right? It was a long tweet and quite a long read, but we will see how Gofi begin summarize and break it down because it's quite lengthy. I don't even know where to begin with because that is really very lengthy. I had to break it down to see. Let's see if we can get some of them. You know, Okay, so I mean, he said quite a couple of things, but I would like to take them one at a time so that we understand the in point and what's in the be saying the top because he said quite a lot. And this one, then come make the video can react. And as the video reacts, it can begin point out the things that we then do when you feel like say, na evil and deadly to the people of Osun State. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can get that very quickly. All right. So first off, he posted and said he talked about the defining figure. I think in a post that is now deleted because I tried to look for this post on his Twitter and the idea, so I had to get it from other sources. So he said the third defining figure is Davido Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, because he was analyzing the different things we make them lose election. Do you understand? He said Davido did not treat his role as symbolic. He was placed at the center of youth mobilization and used his influence, network, music, digital reach, and personal credibility to connect the campaign to a generation. He brought artists, influencers, and young voices into the process alongside emerging political and professional actors such as Pelumi Olajengbesi. He helped give the campaign a youthful, energetic, and cultural resonance face. And if you listen to what he said very well, you know that this is very important for any political party. You know why? Because over 70% of the voting population for Nigeria are the youths. Not the youth. So any political party will no invest for inside the youths, then that means you're doing bad. But we'll go straight to the point, make it hear waiting in talk and how you use criticize and party, especially the governors, we according to Rami, they more like say them be birding. Because what's the rationale behind every election? We will send barrage of governors, APC leaders in different states, old men, then go. What are they doing in the election? How many people they go feel motivate? How many youths they go feel convince? Because on their own parts, they be big men. What thing they go feel do, what thing they go feel achieve. I think that's exactly what he was trying to prove here. But did Davido even have time to do all the things that he said Davido did? That's another question anyway. But let's just move on. So he said, while the opposition deliberately activated its most recognizable young figures, our party largely, that is the APC, my party they criticized so. He said our party largely relied on a structured dominated by governors. Does it make sense to you? So they just rely on structure where basically only governors, 9 there. The structures dominated by governors, senators, and former office holders. So if they like say the cabal and the carcass of the APC, the only people APC don't hold former offices before, or former wanting, and most of them are people either above their 50s. No youth or no young person there among them. Right. So he said these leaders are important. Yes, I agree. But we must ask a hard question. How many young Nigerians do they genuinely inspire? Rema, how many young Nigerians do you think Hope Uzodinma inspires? How many young Nigerians do you think Opebolo inspires? How many young Nigerians do you think Oshimole inspires? How many young Nigerians do you think Akpabio inspires? That's the question he's asking there. So he said, how many young Nigerians do you think they genuinely inspire, mobilize, or emotionally connect with? You hear what's in the talk? Now he said, who are the Davidos in the APC? Didn't they? I mean, he did. Okay, he said, who are the young men and women within our movement who are willing to put their influence, creativity, reputation, and networks visibly on the line for the party? But the village, city boys movement, they are somewhere now. Not be there, they get them. Hey, a lot of them now. All those people, they when they bring, So then I said, and he now further said, and when we find them, do we empower them or only remember them at election time? Hey! Because when you see people like this, how the party they use invest for their lives, did they really empower them? Or only during election they will remember, say, oh, this people, they will just use them during campaign rallies. Oh, they will come shout, sing. That's all. They pay them off, they go. How many Nigerian youths will go on promote their cap, their body, invest even their time and energy for Nigerian politics? For APC precisely. That's what he's saying. So he said, I raise these questions from experience, not hindsight, or what they call hindsight. He said, during the 2022 Osun governorship election, I traveled across communities and I engaged stakeholders across divides. I met Alhaji Moshood Adeoti in Iwo, as well as other former party leaders who broke away and worked through reconciliation efforts that were not optional but essential. And he now said, when an emergency meeting of the National Working Committee was convened during that campaign, the then national women leader, her deputy, and I traveled to Abuja and returned immediately by personal funded chartered flights to continue field operations. That is, they use their money, fund the chartered flights. Wow. He now said, we spent weeks engaging stakeholders and mobilizing communities. So he said. And then moving on, he said, on election day, I was in the situation room at the government house. Excuse me. We received real-time reports from agents across polling units. By midday, it was already clear from field intelligence that the contest was slipping away from their party, of course, because Adeleke won them. there. And I said, driven by a combination of inducement reports, local tensions, and structural weakness in mobilization. We did not lose 2022 because there was no effort. We lost because of division, weak reconciliation, and fragmented mobilization overwhelmed that effort. Did you hear what he said? Division. So for those that say, oh, Atiku no fit manage PDP, in leave PDP. Oh, P2B no fit manage Labour Party in leave. That means even the APC they get problem and they no fit manage themselves. Since 2022, long, now the problem that they did. They're not even manage, and that and for a state where they say a home state of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now APC they get problem 2 times consecutively. We don't cost them election, and you want to come and tell people that it was a planned deal. He didn't whine people. He say it's a planned deal. How can it be a planned deal? And a whole youth leader of APC, they subtly talk about the mismanagement of the APC organization for Osun State. We don't cost them election twice for inside Osun State, 2022 and 2026. And this is a huge revelation for anybody who really care to listen. So for those of you who get to say, oh, Atiku cannot manage this one, oh, P2B cannot manage this one, the person with the power, they don't manage the APC. Why the APC, they get crisis for different areas. And just mind you, not be only Osun State. In fact, one of the reasons we make they even lose this Osun State Congo segment because people deal with the vex of Osun State. Because if you look at the election for inside Osun State, for instance, I think the 2022, was it? No, it was a 2018 election in Osun State. I think so. When Iyola Omishere, I think that time it was, when he contested with alongside Adeleke and Oyetola. I think it's called about 100,000 votes thereabouts, and that in votes now come make Oyetola and Adeleke they so close. We make them feel declare that election inconclusive. We make after the inconclusive when they can't do the another one, they can't say Oyetola win, even though Adeleke talks and they still win that election. But now this man now they inside your APC. It reached time for him to contest election for this 2026 now. And I thought saying no, we don't qualified because of one thing or the other. And I don't want them to contest. The man remained for the APC. You know what he do? He did for the APC. He sent the entire structure to go help Adeleke win. That means the APC could not manage itself in Osun State. So you had agents within the APC working against the APC because of why? Mismanagement. And you come and tell one man that, oh, you've not been able to manage the crisis in this party. Oh, you've not. Have you people managed the crisis in the APC? That's exactly what Dayo Israel is revealing right now. Have you managed the crisis in APC? How can lack of managing what is happening in the party cost you election in a state twice? One of those, the president said cousin contested. And for Adeleke to win Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the leader of politics from inside Southwest, cousin in 2022, that means he won Tinubu in an election. That means he won Tinubu because Tinubu would have loved his cousin to return. Even this particular elections that we hold now, with people talk now. You remember when Dr. Carr talked here, say all those EFCC thing and all that was masterminded by Oyetola. We heard the Oyetola now say it now that if you like support endorse Tinubu, no endorse them, no matter endorsement will come out you. See the way they bring up about 15,000 police officers, military data, customs, civil defense, them plenty. There was a deal and you unleash all this kind of people for 2 years plus person no collect local government allocation, and you say there was a deal, and then the people went die in court. See the number of people till now. The Accord Party they shout, made them release their members. Made them release their members when they do arrest. So on whose order did they make those arrests and take them to Abuja? If there was a deal all along. So it shows that the APC simply lost because they finished all the card, and they say if anything happened, they announce wrong results. You be like say Osun for catch small fire. So they look and say instead of trouble may rainfall, now they announce the results. That's exactly what people are saying. And that is what Dayo Israel has been able to reveal for this cry. Because now cry out, now cry out like this. It just be like this, they wail. That is now cry, they cry out like this. That wailing way, basically they call opposition. He was wailing seriously in this place. Because he was properly wailing. They see him, make a go back, go read the remaining one so that you don't understand what's in the talk. And I said, we did not lose in 2022 because there were no efforts. We lost because division, weak reconciliation. They not even fit even reconcile each other. What's in the same another person go do? When the person that accused them saying that they put fire for the house, they decide that to go reconcile in house where they put fire for. But they said they no fit reconcile their own house where they put fire for. That now we say Nigerians they tell them. And that's a fragmented mobilization overwhelmed that effort. Now 4 years later, some of those lessons remain unlearned. Meaning say they still no learn war call. They don't see hear word. Make I continue. And I said, I understand that some individuals had reportedly been working for months before this election. Yet, the constitutionally recognized National Youth Wing was not meaningfully engaged. That is in chapter, they don't even engage them. The youth, they don't even use them at all at all. Now just big governors. So that means the only thing, okay, that's actually what Dino Melaye said, not me. So if actually what Dino Melaye talk now through, say they spent 70 billion naira to buy votes, that means the only thing the governors were doing was to sit down and look at how they would, they would mobilize voters through that money. Because what else were you meeting for? All those big shots. Well, because if you look at waiting this die of Israel talk now, that means that's Dino Melaye insinuation. Can't get as a con be. You understand? All right. Let's see. He said, even when I personally reached out and offered support, that is him, the youth leader, reached out and offered, say, I need to support us. He said, I was referred to an individual who was promised to call me. I reached out again, but that call never came. So the youth leader of APC, they cry out like this. He now said, this is not about individuals. It is about an institutional culture. It's about an institutional culture that sidelines its own structures while relying on ad hoc arrangements during elections. No organization that disregards its own constitutional organs can consistently win complex statewide contests. So how come this worked in Imo State, worked in Edo State, worked in Kogi State and Ekiti State? How did it work? Well, let's go on. It talk a lot of things. So, it talk a lot of things. And people are saying that all this confession that is coming up now, where he said this confession for leaders. And then while he was, responding, you can see the response that Davido gave to him there, just right there. You see the video response. So Davido had to respond to him. And then he said, I bought no one. That is when he said Davido brought people, but we didn't see Davido actually bringing any celebrity and all that. I don't know if it was just me. So that's what Davido said. I brought no one. No one defended me. I backed my family on my own. You guys are ruthless and disgusting. Ew. Okay. Aina says, I have done my job. Nigerian politics is evil and don't want to be part of it till God help us. Please help us. Aina said, he posted this on his Instagram story, and I said, Onade evil. Stop. We showed y'all God is real. Make una repent. Leave me out of the evilness. That thing where Davido see when we can talk about the evil of the supposed people where write this message with the APC. Yeah, I go don't see Shige Banza. That thing we make him talk this thing. The young man go don't see Shiggy, don't see 32. We don't see 32 from Stop Just. But that's not all. He also posted a short video clip where he also spoke about the alleged evil of the episode. Say Jehovah has the final say. Jehovah has the final say. Not you, devils. Look at my fine daddy. Jehovah has the final say. Not you, devils. Look at my fine daddy. David. Okay. Okay, so he posted this. And people are saying, what is going on here? What is going on here? Davido. But that's not even enough, because even in Papa can speak out today, narrating what he be said then go through before and during this election. And the kind of money he mentioned that the APC actually spent about 60 billion Dino Malay is saying that 70 billion. That means some money really went down. Listen to Dr. Deji Adeleke.
In the terms of the voice of rejoicing and salvation is in the terms of the righteous. The right hand of the Lord dwells valiantly. The right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. And then it says, Davido shall not die but live. No matter what they do to him, I ask God to preserve him, to say, Davido shall not die but live. And declare the works of the Lord. Let me jump and move on. Then I'll go down. I don't want to bore you with all the other verses. Then I'll go down to verse 26. That says, blessed are we because we come in the name of the Lord. Blessed are we because we do what? I want you to repeat, because I repeat this every day 3 times when I'm praying. I say, blessed are we because we come in the name of the Lord. Repeat it. Blessed are we because we come in the name of the Lord. Blessed are we because we come in the name of the Lord. Blessed are we because we come in the name of the Lord. Then I go on to say, we have been blessed from the house of the Lord. Say, Davido Adeleke shall not slumber. God will praise you. You are our God who praise you. You are our God who exalts you. Say so. You are God who exalts you. You are our God who will exalt you. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for his mercy endures forever. Then I go, my final Hebrew Bible passage that I read before I get up from my prayers is Psalm 129, 121. Hello? Psalm 121 reads, when we lift up our eyes unto the hill from this time forth and even forevermore. So finally I'll say to God, I say, God, Oetola comes in his arrogance. He comes for Demola. But God, do not allow Demola to be put to shame. All evil, he shall preserve his soul. And the Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in. From this time forth and even forevermore. Then I end my prayers by reminding God Almighty that God, do not allow Demola to be put to shame. Because he believes in you. He dances. He doesn't care what anybody says. He dances and praises your name. So, Lord Almighty, God, the owner of the universe, show up for him. Show up for Demola and put all of them to shame. Let them come with all the battalions, withdraw all the army, bring all the money from the central bank. Nobody is above God Almighty. So finally, I'll say to God, I say, God, Oetola comes in his arrogance. He comes with his wickedness. He comes with the power that he thinks he has because he's connected to the presidency. But Davido Adeleke comes against them in the power of the Almighty God. Therefore, Davido will defeat them. Davido will defeat them. Davido will defeat them. I repeat this 7 times every day. So when people see me that I'm not worried, this is the reason. Never worry. Because I fortify myself with the power of the Almighty God every day. And they call me and play it to him. Let him hear. And let him know the reason why we defeated them. The only reason why we defeated Oyedola, no, it's not because we are bigger, but we spend more money than him. On election, they don't spend any money. They spend 60 billion as we have. Some places they bought votes for as high as 50,000 naira for one single vote. On the day of the election, when I heard the kind of money they were spending, I went back to my little corner in my room and I knelt down and prayed to God. I said, God Almighty, please let people collect their money, or let them still vote for Davido Adeleke. We played that later. And I just want everyone to know my routine. When I need that to pray every day, I have some Bible passages and verses that I read and that I pray with. And this is part of my testimony. The first Bible passage that I read every day when I go on my knees to pray can be found in Isaiah chapter 41, starting from verse 10. And when I finish reading this, you know that the reason why I'm not afraid of anything. You know the reason why I'm not bothered about anything. Because I believe, my belief in the God Almighty is very strong. And that's why you don't see me running after people in high places or competing with people to go and visit anyone. I'd rather do it in my little corner. I'd rather ask God Almighty.
All right, so you don't hear some of the things we've been saying. I can't, push for that more of the things that he said, but you don't see the hints where he why he didn't defeat Oyetola. He didn't want to say the president, because if you say you defeat the president's cousin and the president might deploy state's might to his cousin to defeat you, that means you defeated the president. But I guess he was speaking mildly. He didn't want to say that. But let's move on so that we don't dwell on this issue. Phone lines are open, by the way, and I'm not going to start calling in. But before we continue, make I see waiting I get here. Davido deletes tweet warning Uncle Ademola Adeleke no more supporting, but he deleted that tweet. And I think we're talking about some of these things. Make us waiting days again very quickly. We will put mouths inside sharply before I open the phone lines. Phone lines are open. You can click on the link on the pin post to bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. Now, Nigeria remanded in Ghana over alleged plots to rob 3 Accra banks. Something is just wrong with some people. Kano Deputy Governor XIG's homes hit by flood in Abuja as residents blame canal blockage, estates linked to Senator Bumai. Okay, now they say now Uncle Wiki na Ikosam. And then Gaza war, Arab League chief accuses Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu of derailing peace efforts, demands US action. And the Nigerian man arrested in Vietnam over 2 kg meth heroin smuggling. I need to hear word. And then Nigerian Christian Forum asks Tinubu to abandon 2027 re-election bid. Muslim tickets and Muslim ticket demands new constitution. Christian League, Christian Forum. Who go listen to that? Oh, gunshot in Ilasa East Secretariat in Osun State as a court party members attempt to enter premises. All right, let's see. That means it's still hot. After they give one at the election, they say they're hot. They're supposed to let on free now. Well, all of these and more things that they happen for inside Nigeria. But before I go straight to taking your calls, make I just show that. But people of it's not fair. People of Edo State, how honorable they tell on a governor this kind of thing now? This is not fair now. How can somebody pose this kind of
zero to government house? Zero to government house. This year. Now I road to government house. All the motor they slow down. See government house here. Then I road to government house for Benin City, Edo State. They say, road to government house.
Check.
They say all the motor they slow down. So they say road to government house.
Now dancing road. Check. But who do this video?
Thank you.
I mean, just if you and the car self the dance, so you see the dancing. Ew, shame.
So, Canada can see the
So that is it.
Jesus. These are not coming. Are you serious?
Well, make I just leave them there. So that's now what's in ABC. The people just depose. It's not good. You're talking about an executive governor. You're posting this kind of thing about him. Oh, by the way, for Osun State, people say the jubilees as the workers when gather for inside Osun State Secretariat. We celebrate the governor. So you know the interesting thing and why I love Yorubas a lot. I so love Yorubas is that in the midst of these people where they sing this Hallelujah song, Christian, the Muslim, the traditional worshipers, everybody did together. They are just singing one song. If they sing a traditional song, all of them go sing them together, irrespective of their religion. If now Islam song, they go sing them together. So you see the kind of unity, and it's so touch because people will vote Adeleke vote them across board. Watch and continue. For a long time, Nigerians never get an election where people come out en masse like this to celebrate, and with the celebration they go on for days. It don't say. So waiting day, special about this Osun State election. We make the celebrations still they go on, and people never stop to celebrate, and people still they talk about them. And a lot of people they talk with it, they talk. But I've been intrigued as to what may actually be the real reason we make people of Osun State they excited like this. With this excitement, no great stop. That now waiting a bit say a lot of people they wonder because how do you have this massive outpour of love and affection to for the election? How do you explain this? That you have this kind of massive love and affection for an election where EBC supposed to happen. So what not we hear within EBC, I think wasn't Oga Momodu Dele Momodu talk about the Osun City election. Listen to him.
Election, you made an even more provocative argument. You said, quote, this is not Adeleke versus APC. It is Adeleke versus President Tinubu. Well, Adeleke has won now. By your own definition, are you therefore saying that President Bola Tinubu personally lost the Osun election?
Without any doubt whatsoever, he lost. Who was Oyebanji in the scheme of things? Who was Oyetola in the scheme of things? They were all name droppers, name dropping, Tinubu everywhere. That is why a man who said on full camera that they should kill fellow citizens could walk in and walk out of a police station as if all was well. So, and the reason, I will tell you, is the fear of January 2027. They are afraid that Osun election will send a wrong signal to the electorates across Nigeria. And it has already done that. Even in Osun today now, people are saying whether the governor supports Tinubu or not, they will support their own preferred candidate based on merit. I'm happy, and we must also give kudos to social media. The young ones, what Davido did with social media, making sure that they were aware, he was updating them regularly. I think that also saved the day. Otherwise, till midnight, at a stage they stopped counting the votes, and they were going to do their abracadabra as usual. And I also give kudos to the women of Osun and the
But do you have any evidence to the
Okay, let's see more of that. Let's see more of that.
notion or that feeling that Adeleke was going to win?
Well, let me say I have a background in research methodology. You remember on your program in 2022, I told you that if Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu gets the ticket, it will be difficult for anyone to defeat him, but at the same time, you are going to end up with a full-blown dictatorship. That night, social media just went wild. Oh, how can you say so? How can? So today, you will agree with me that most Nigerians believe that our democracy is being endangered. In the case of my twin brother in Osun, Governor Ademola Nuruddin Jackson Adeleke, it was obvious that this man is a grassroots man. Very down to earth, loves his people to bits. I'm one of his citizens on my maternal side. My mother is from Gogolufi, in between Ibefe and Ede. And I've followed his trajectory with keen interest. So it was obvious to me that the people love him, he loves the people, and I don't know how he did it. He made sure that he erected a major project in every major part of the state. Ile-Ife, Ilesha, Iwo, Ede, Osogbo, and so on and so forth. And it's visible. It's not something hidden. Dualization, flyovers, and so on and so forth. Lights everywhere, and you know, one of his mottos is the mole. So, for those of us on ground, we knew he was going to make it. The other thing is that he's a very spiritual man. We come from the same background. He comes from both Islam and Christianity. Same with me. And his mother was a prayer warrior. My mother was a prayer warrior. His brother, and I don't think much credit has been given to chairman. We all call him chairman. I now have added executive producer to his name because what happened in Osun was a movie. At a stage, you will not believe it, I almost collapsed when I started seeing the shenanigans of these APC apparatchiks and the political bandits that invaded Osun State. But I knew, despite all these hulabaloo, he was going to win.
All right,
And
so that's but I would
Yes,
show on
please.
more opinions on waiting how he take win and waiting people talk because I think a couple of other people also speak about him win and waiting they think when we can win the election. However, make a carry on and go to another stage where we hear see people they vex, they stone the cars of some political party people when they say they come out, come here. This is the Nasarawa state. You see the logo for the car, I don't know why they're doing that to that car. I don't what did the car do to you people? Why you people attacking the car? I don't know. Nigerians, eh? Okay. And you know, Other people don't talk so many things we consign the Osun State election. We are for Mike make also put mouth for inside. But one way strike me now within I think Shegusho may said something. And what he said is quite controversial. And I don't say a lot of other go on listen to it talk. But before that, let's listen to this.
We don't have a problem with that. We have been living like this for ages. We don't have a problem.
Oh, by the way, this has got to do with the ranching where we say the federal government of Nigeria they plan for inside Benue, Plateau, and other places. So Catholic heads come out, come talk, say we don't want ranch. But they even give condition. They say they won't do ranch. So yeah, the people will be displaced because of say the same headsmen pursue them from their villages, take over their villages, or yeah, return them back to their villages first of all.
Of people, animals interfering into other people's crops until these people started coming in and displacing people. Then this problem started. So all we are saying is ranching is very good, but take these ranches to where they are needed most. We are an agrarian community, agrarian state. We are not a pastoral livestock or engaged in livestock that much. So yes, organized ranching is very good. Take it to far north where these animals are there most, and not where we produce food, we produce crops, and we don't have any business with these cattle. It's very nice. The federal government can do that and do even much more. This government seems not to be taking advices, but I will just say it for posterity's sake. Take these ranches to Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest is as big as any land at all. In fact, it is as big as the size of Lagos State. So take these ranches there, build them there. Then when you come to us, ask us what we need. We need security. We need food. We want to go back to our homes. That's just it. That's just it. But if the federal government is sincere and she wants us to believe in what she has proposed, then first things first, take us back home, secure our land, rebuild these, restore the villages, rebuild our churches, our clinics, and then we can sit down and then begin to talk about ranches or whatever.
And one of the questions you ask yourself is, why is it difficult for Nigerian government to rebuild the places where they destroyed because of this terrorism act? Why is it difficult? Why is it difficult to take the people then back to their communities? Those people will pursue them, will make them leave their villages. Should we then get 3 heads? Are they bigger than government? Why is it difficult for government to send them away, make them come out? What makes it too difficult to be achieved? That's a question where a lot of people they ask. Because it's not just they enough say, will they talk all this ones or will they talk? Waiting make and they too hard for us to restore these people and return them to their different places. So make a show now waiting share we show me talk very quickly before I take on a calls.
It's actually a win for the president. Okay. Number one, he's gotten more numbers, 400 and something thousand votes for his party. The ruling party, the Adeleke party, has also gotten about 500 and something thousand. The governor is already screaming, oh, I'm with the president, I'm with the president. So when you now add it together, you are coming close to 1 million. Okay. The conversation is really with those who make a lot of noise on social media and will not let the whole world rest. Where were their numbers? Okay. The people who came third, they didn't come third. They were literally slaughtered. And the ones that will not let the whole country have peace, the obedient, they didn't even show up. And Aregbesola, when he was doing all this Baba Kabiru dance, and people were saying, take it easy, take it easy. Where are the numbers? So all in all, you can't run a democracy where one party will be winning everything. That's not even good for the optics.
You hear what he said? All right, so maybe go back to another thing we talk. Perhaps a lot of people don't agree with that. Let's see.
Politics.
I've written a petition to the Holy See as a result of that. And what I try to say to the Holy See and to the Pope is that, look, the faith-based organization, especially the Catholic Church, that has been very stable and where people are properly trained to do the job that they are supposed to do, must try very hard to immune itself from the filibustering conversation around politics. It is extremely unacceptable that The Catholic bishop visited the president. They had an exchange with the president. They laid whatever they wanted to lay. He would have had to respond anyway. If he didn't respond, he would have seemed maybe rude. And then he responds to them, and then the next thing in the morning, one of them was on television and starts to do politics with that. If we destroy the political parties, we can build another one. But if we destroy the faith-based organization, especially strong ones like that, and we get them to become too political, then where do we turn on the days when things are not going well and we need to pray? So I try to tell the Holy See that, look, tell them they need to be a little bit away from politics. Leave that to the charlatans. The ones that one man creates a church, one man owns the church. But you can't do this to the revert Catholic faith. And the earlier they stay away from politics, or at least some conversation on politics, the better. When they cannot be kings in two domains. When we go to church, they say whatever they want to say. Sometimes we listen to their preaching, sometimes we don't agree, but we just take it. Then they can't come into the political domain again and start to overimpose themselves. There are people that are getting killed all over the place. We can't see them coming up with any strategic conversation around they themselves taking their money to go and do IDP. And all they want to do is come and say, okay, the man says all is fair in politics. Is that like a new phrase? Have you never heard it before? That you now want to make capital of it, especially in the midst of an environment where some young children who are probably not so grounded in the context of issues. Wrong with it.
So I saw this and I weep. I mean, Shego Show me somebody I know personally, and it's very painful to see a matured man speak in such a manner. And I am not a Catholic. I'm not even a very religious person in the first place. So if anybody comes to me and say, okay, because he's talking about Christianity, tell me one thing, one thing that the Pope, the Catholic priest said that's a lie. Just tell me one thing. And when you're telling me, show us evidence to prove, say those things when they talk a lie. Please prove it. So are you saying that people are not dying in Nigeria? Shego show me. Are you saying that there are no Christian communities that are deserted in Nigeria? Are you saying that there are no churches that are burnt in Nigeria? Who burnt them? Who burnt them? Which religion would the people who burn those churches be? Are you saying that there hasn't been a sort of increase in violence under this administration compared to the number in previous administrations? What are you saying? The statistics are there, not the way right now. Why are you doing this? So you're now blaming the popes. See the way you even get to talk. That is on Ayeko that you're saying, and one of them now goes on social on media and said, wow. So he would have better remained silent, like you all have been silent, and people have been dying, and you keep quiet. But the Islamic leaders are speaking. See, shame on you, because in all of the things you said, that you could not even address what Sheikh Jingri said. Shame on you, Shegu Shomi. It's so unfortunate that I have to say this, but shame on you, sir, with all due respect. Because if you had said this and also addressed what Sheikh Jingi said with the same, energy, and I can understand how neutral you are. But the fact that you had the mind to criticize the Catholic priests for their genuine criticism of the presidents of this present administration, and without also mentioning waiting different about 3 different Islamic clerics, I don't play their videos inside this show, have said things that are very insightful. You have not seen those ones to condemn. Shego, that's unfair. And mind you, where were you during Abacha's regime, when the same Christian clerics, bishops, Catholic bishops criticized Abacha? Where were you when they criticized Obasanjo's administration? Where were you when they criticized Jonathan? The same APC hailed them for criticizing Jonathan's administration. They even criticized Buhari's administration. Did you hail them that what they did was good or not? Or you think it was still bad for them to do so? So because they have criticized somebody dear to your heart, his administration, it's now become a point in politics. But they could criticize other administrations, and it's not politics. You see how we let ethnicity, parapoism, religion, and any kind of relationship blind our eyes to the truth. God forbid that I would ever be in a position any day that I'll be blinded from the truth, and I'll see the truth and call it a lie because of ethnic leanings, religious leanings, or anything I have to gain. Instead, make I not talk at all. Instead of me to see evil, call them good, make I not talk at all. I will just keep quiet. You could pay me, but I will just do I like I need this year. Because I don't see how I can do a thing like that. I can't see how I can do a thing like that. Well, all right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to Wadanjima. Welcome, Hello, welcome, Mr. Ken. But before then, let me speak to
Precious, Precious,
welcome.
good
Let me
evening.
speak to Davos. He's on the phone. Good evening, Davos, and welcome.
All the crew
Yes,
members who are keeping your show going.
welcome.
Thank you, and also a big congratulations to the people of Osun. And quick one, I wanted to even say, you remember, Precious, when I made a phone call on your show some time ago, and I made allegations that churches are receiving money from the federal government. I think you tried to get me to prove it. I think on recent, there were a time that when they said monies were budgeted for building of churches. I think it's an indirect way of funding some churches, and which is true.
Not all churches, though, just some.
That's what I'm saying. I said there are major ones, because there are major churches that have more, because they size you according to your membership. So if you have tentacles both in the north, south, east, and west, because of the volume of numbers, they have a way, always get them not to speak. I say that before the Catholic bishop went, but although it has been a normal thing with every administration, the Catholic bishop always go. Quick one, let me even make a revelation for you today. It's not only that, there was an Anglican bishop in Jos. The Anglican bishop, they just appointed him as the Anglican bishop of the entire North Saharan Africa now. He's from Jos, Archbishop Benjamin Kalpashi. Do you know that when he was making some proclamations, they almost went, in fact, they went to kill this man, but God spared his life. People like Shegi Ayadengil, if you Google, there's a guy, they call him Dambelu. He's a guy who has been, he's a social media critic too. Just the way that you see in the South here, we have a very dark man who has been a very strong voice in the social media. There's a guy who is called Tambelo. He's also a Fulani, but he has been exposing a lot of things that this Sheikh Yahya in his group, they call them Jawis. If you Google Tambelo exposing the financial racketeering of Jawis, that's a Jama Izana to
Yes.
the Wakama Itasenna.
Yes.
That group, in fact, Sheikh Yahya Jingir people used to even, there's another one, is the Yahya Jingir is in charge of Jawis in Plateau State, while there's another one in Kaduna, they call him their names, I've forgotten, but there's all of them they are stationed in state by state. Do you know that they used to carry women, married women, that they would take them to Mecca? They will have a sleeping with them. Those allegations are on the social media, because you see your program doesn't cover a lot of these household things. So you might not really get it, but it is always there on social media. It was that Dambelo who has been exposing. In fact, Dambelo exposed, including account number, how they were collecting accounts. They were giving these people contract of building massive schools. I said last time when I called, Yajingi have a very massive, and in fact, even our Nigerian soldiers, they respect this man. Whenever he speaks, there are soldiers who are even in the army. They even claim that, in fact, there are what I point, I'm speaking to you now. I wish you can talk to them. Do you know that there are some tactics of the attack that Madam Fulio did? They used to teach, indoctrinate our soldiers. Are you aware? In their training, they even used to teach them about him.
Teach them about what?
Important is that man. About Usman Danfodio, his tactics. I'm not a military man, but I want you to investigate this. You might have relatives and friends who are in the military. I want to, I always say something whenever I say I want you to investigate it. That's why even in the Nigerian Court of Arms, there's an Arabic and nobody can remove it. Simply because there was, you see, like Mufa. Are you aware that Mufa was threatened? Most governors, you see them in that APC, they were threatened. Our governor was actually threatened. You see Jonathan, he deliberately, because Yahya Jingir used to claim that it is them who, he claimed that, used to claim that they are the ones who brought APC in Nigeria. In fact, they formed the APC with him. If you see they are the brain behind the agenda of the Muslim, because he's the number one promoter of Muslim. And so, you know that when Buhari comes to Plateau State, Buhari will not go and visit the Gongong Jos. Normally when you come as the custodian of that place, the president or governor or any other person that comes will have to visit the paramount ruler. Just like the way if you come to Osun State, you have to go and see the Oni of Ife. If you go to any state, you need to see. Do you know that Buhari doesn't even recognize the Gongong Jos? He goes straight to see Yahya Jingir. The same thing Tinubu. This Tinubu you have seen, Tinubu in his government, he comes to just, he sees, in fact, there was a time when Yahya Jingir was even preaching. He now, even in the preaching, he now said, Tinubu used not once, not twice, has sent his private jet, taking in his private, and he said he enjoyed it. I am telling you this. I swear with my father's grave, my dad is dead. I'm not supposed to even use my father's grave and my mother's grave to say, but I'm an orphan. But I say, I swear to you, in his preaching. That's why I say most of these things you guys are missing out. Yeah, I think they say, well, lie, Akasaman, the magic AC. He was voted. In fact, most of his, he now started receiving backlash. Just like the last statement you see, I think it made. You see a lot of people are giving. Do you know that they have been pushing that in practice we should give them deputy governor? We now told them politics is a game of number. You come in just like we have. Do you know at the Christian? Do you know that there are Christian minorities in Kasina who are really indigenous to that?
Did you hear? Just hold on. Did you hear what Paul Enenche said yesterday? He said there is no state.
I listened to that.
There is no state in the north that does not have at least a reasonable group of Christians, a sizable number of Christians.
They don't even allow them to
but they just yes. So that's so. Do you think? I mean, you're from the north. Do you think that's true?
Of course, now. The thing that you know has been planting churches there. Now, what are you talking? We even have churches in Niger. As I'm talking to you now, even me, there's a place called Bezra in Niger State. When we went, I was a young boy then, a young missionary. We went there, and then the people of that place told us that it has been a very long time rain have not fallen in that place. So if we can pray to them and pray that let our rain fall, that they will not fall in that our God. And then something miraculous happened. As young people, we prayed, and then rain fell in that village. They call it Bezra in Niger State. And that was how the church was established up to today. So the representative that you see, like people like you see like someone like Kat Onanoju. As I mentioned to you last time, Kat Onanoju is someone who is like being labeled as a black sheep. Mainstream media like Channels TV, Arise will not invite him. The same thing with Ezekiel Datomo. But you will see some of those media stations. There's one Fulani man, Hakim Baba Ahmed. You see that Arise always invite him for interview.
Hakim Baba, that's the brother to Dati Baba Ahmed now.
Of course, now. But then you see people like
Farouk Aliyu,
with his wealth of,
like Farouk Aliyu.
Exactly. That Farouk Aliyu too is a Fulani man too. So you see, even right now as I speak to you, they have been. In fact, let me not even lie to you. You see, Atiku is different because do you know that Atiku's governor in the state of Adamawa, none of them respect him. I don't know if you've been following the statement of those governors.
Yes, there's been a lot of issues.
In fact, you see the way Babachir Lawal even always laugh at it. If Atiku have relevance in that Adamawa. You see him now, he's not trying to say he's trying to form opposition. He does not have the vote. If he's going to go into polls today, that's why you see, I think he was even posting that the other day that, that even Peter Obi came third. That election was rigged. It was actually rigged, and everybody knows. As I said, you see what happened in Osun, it was exactly what happened when we brought in Mufan, the youth of Plateau State brought Mufan. When they were voting, people escorted, used machine. In fact, they went and surrounded. The same thing you see they did in that coalition. That's why you see Mufan government now. He has been appointing youth. But now that he has gone to APC, the people might still vote him for governorship because we are the majority. My tribe, as I said, we are wrong. Nobody can become governor in that state without the dominance of our tribe. We are the most dominant tribe in the state. We are in 4 local governments. We have 3 local governments accumulated to us, and then 1 it does not. So it is even because of all the flood, they will say that even though people are living their other tribe, because we are too plenty that no matter how you attack it, and again they always use the soldiers. That is just the truth. They always use the soldiers. That's why you hear Ezekiel Datomo always say, look at Ruga there, we have not visited. But the day we will visit Ruga, the beginning of that Ruga is the area that Fulani are staying. That the day our people will visit, because they always have soldiers that are protecting those people, protecting the Fulani from those people. And they used to bring
I don't believe you.
I swear to my God in heaven, I serve a living God. But I am telling you the truth that so Nigeria, even in my village, I don't want to because of security reasons, but let me know my fear because don't you know that I'm a northerner? We have a lot of military people. My brother even is a naval personnel. He was the first person, even in the year 2000, that used to tell me, let me not lie to you, let me blow your mind today. They used to give contract of killing. That's why you see most of the killings in Nigeria. You can never hear that whenever they kill people that they are arrested. It's only few instances. Some of them are our Nigerian soldiers Let me not lie to you. I have friends that are military men. I sit down and drink with them. In fact, there are times when we are even in their mess, we are drinking. Sometimes whenever they want to discuss top secret, they will first ask a question. Are you a personnel? Once you say yes, well, my brother will always tell me, say yes, and then they will feel free. Sometimes they will discuss those killing you hear when we are drinking. This is not a lie that I'm telling you. That, even you talk about this killing, have you ever seen Tinubu visit any of those casualties of people, victims of this Boko Haram or this anything? It's part of the agenda. Tinubu cannot visit or give marching orders to soldiers. You always see them, they keep every day they will just hear it is a spokesman of the president who say, oh, we condemn this killing in totality. I told you that several times in Plateau State they will arrest people that are brought from Maiduguri, they will show the people that are brought from Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso.
All right. We need to let others speak. Thank you. These things where they talk now allegation or no worry, let's let others speak.
I am a party to this. If you can call someone, people like in government will not even reveal something. I have been in Plateau State. You see, they will now say bring them to Abuja for questioning. Once they are brought to Abuja, the next thing they will not do. People have been going on over the years. That's why you see these things continue. It is just free and fair election. So that good leaders will come in, because the people that are there in power now, they are not even the right people. Thank you for social media. Thank you for YouTube, because even what you are doing, a normal social media outlet cannot do this, like all these channels TV, because NBC will always slam you. But what I'm saying is, I know what I'm saying, because I'm a political scientist and I read news very well, and I know what I'm saying. That's why I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Good evening, guys, and welcome. Good evening to White and Juma. Hello, Ken.
Good evening, Precious. Yeah, good evening, Precious.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I wish.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. But before we go, let me quickly take on what. How many of you are from Southeast here? See waiting. On our brothers and make a comment.
Southeast must vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027. Southeast must know that our vote alone cannot make our brother, His Excellency, P2B, to be president. No, we have to be strategic. And for those that misunderstand us,
let me mute yourselves, please. If you're not speaking, please help me mute yourself so that we don't have this interruption. Thank you.
Southeast must vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027. Southeast must know that our vote alone cannot make our brother, His Excellency, P2B, to be president. No, we have to be strategic. And for those that misunderstand us, His Excellency P2B is my friend, my colleague. We been governors. It might be a senior one, but governor is governor. And we also contested presidential intention together. He didn't get, I didn't get. But, I'm happy, for the president I serve now that got it. So, and automatically by the reason of what he's doing all over the country, I continue to say to the people of Southeast, I'm on the ballot. I'm on the ballot because the ballot is about democracy. The ballot is about what you bring for your people.
All right.
And I have a bragging right to the glory of God.
Ken, only you be Southeast here, no vex. I say, make a deliver message from my brother to you. No vex, sir. All right.
They are, when hungry people speak, you don't need to.
No. You can't say anything about our Professor Bonnet.
Wait, Precious, wait. You see that since this election ended, they have come out of their rabbit hole. They have started running their mouth. They sent
no vex. 1 minute. I see a message here we talk say the Catholic priests were political and they've used their platform to campaign for Obi constantly. You see, I've not seen, I don't know if you people have seen anywhere that the Catholic priest campaign for Obi. But even if what you said is true, please show me how many times the presidency has condemned the religious slur against Christians by Muslims when he's flying a Muslim tickets. Please tell me how many times where it be say, you don't condemn waiting it be say. Some Islamic clerics have said, they've said very insightful things. There is no Christian cleric that has said kill Muslims or call them bad names. Nobody, please show me anyone that said that. If you see Muslims, kill them, they're infidels. Show me any Christian cleric that said that. But the Muslims have said that against the Christians. Even you don't even get the guts to condemn them. That means you're a coward. You don't even have the guts to condemn what they've said. So you see, I don't have a problem with you condemning what one people say. You understand? But balance it. There must be that equity and fairness. These same Catholic priests have consistently criticized different administrations from Abacha's regime. When they criticized Jonathan's administration in 2013 thereabout, this APC hailed them for criticizing Jonathan. Why he reached their turn, it can't become a criminal offense to criticize them. They are not politics. They are not playing politics. So assuming they're playing politics, see the kind of thing Islamic clerics have said. Those from Yoruba extraction, those from Northern extraction have said terrible things to Christians. Till today, the presidency, the president of a country where people they cry, say there's a lot of division in the country right now. Okay, not through him, through some of those people. Not one of them has said, no, we cannot do this. Please, let's call for religious harmony. We're not for... You can, because they're hailing your government, because they're saying they will support you. That is why they can insult other religion and you cannot condemn them. And you're here talking, that means you're a coward now. If you can, if as you're inside this statement, you're right. If you just add the other ones to join and balance up, it would have been fair. But the fact that you just focus on one part and leave the other part, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother Ken. No vex. No vex, I beg. It's not fair. So if this country has to get better, all of us must put hands together to make it better. We cannot continue to let nonsense thrive and we say the country can be better. How do you see injustice, glaring injustice? And because it suits you, it's okay. Why? Why are we mean to ourselves? So because I'm a traditional worshiper, as I'm not be Christian and not be Muslim, I'm a traditional worshiper, make it can't cost my anything where they worship, insult my God, and I should keep quiet because you think your God is superior to mine. That's unfair. And then you're supporting it. And please tell me what the Catholic priest said that is wrong, that is a lie. There's no hunger in Nigeria, B. There's no hunger. Tell me what they said. Please point out with evidences what's in the talk will be lie. I beg. Go ahead, Jerry. Mr. Ken, I'm sorry. Please.
Precious. Sir? You know, one of the things I little disagree with you is that some of these tribal bigots that come here that cannot show their face, that can't come up on this platform to talk, they are just keypad warriors. You know, there is only one thing I have to tell them. You are supporting a government in power, you can't show your face. That means you are not a real person. I don't want to call them.
If they proud, they will show their face.
I don't want to call them Omo-Ali as they call people, but they are the real Omo-Alis if you cannot show your face. If you cannot come here to defend yourself and show your face, you just type behind the keyboard and mess up with people's idea, thinking you know how to talk. But that's okay. I'm not going to give them publicity. Let them continue typing behind the scene. That's where they belong. Hungry Segun Showunmi has come out because they are still hungry. They need food, and that's why they will keep running their mouth. Even in that podcast, he was saying that Dave Umahi, Soludo, what is it called? He mentioned Soludo. He mentioned Pitamba, Abia State Governor. They are the better people than Peter Obi. That those are the people that they should look at, not Peter Obi. When they asked him about integrity, he quickly dodged it. Because the guy was going to ask him, and I'm like, why didn't you answer that part? The person you are speaking for here, does he have an integrity? No. He is the kingpin of no integrity. No primary, no secondary school. Comes up with 2 different universities that he has not gone to, that we know the origin. But you see how they come out. Every discussion, we have rested in the last 3 weeks because it was Osun. Now they have come back, it's Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi. What did Peter Obi collect from them? Even Mbeke professor that is doing unnecessary road that people cannot see. You see how they are running their mouth everywhere. Coming out to tell us he did not get. You are not on the ballot, Mr. Man. Even you cannot win your local government. Osun has given you guys a template that we are going all out. We are going all out to get you guys to the abyss where you belong to. and let nobody mix it up. He's talking about Catholic bishop, he's talking about this. They are bigots. These are the people who praised this man when it was Jonathan's time. These are the people who took pictures with him, were calling him a hero of democracy. Today, Cardinal Naiko is no longer a hero. You guys are now vilifying the man for saying the truth. What did he say that is
sorry,
not
one
in town?
second. Please show me the place where their slaw was criticized, was condemned. Show me, please. Show me evidence.
You know,
You can post. You have the WhatsApp number. Post it to the WhatsApp line. Let me see, please.
that's what I'm saying.
Send it
So
to this platform directly. No, nobody from the presidency till now don't condemn.
nobody,
And he's not the presidency.
nobody,
Please.
and he's not even. He's nobody. Nobody. I said yesterday that they should
show me. I dare you to show me. And if you see such evil, if you see good, call them bad. May bad continue to happen to you. If you see bad, call them good. That bad will continue to follow you too. It is just fair that what is fair is fair. Nobody is saying that you should not support what you're supporting. But please don't deliberately hurt others and expect that they don't talk. Please, just because you are being political. That's unfair. Go ahead, sir, please.
So these are, I don't know why we don't have a block some idiots policy on this platform. We need to have those blocked because when they come here to spew nonsense and they cannot defend it, we need to yank them off this platform. Let them go to their bigotry platform and run their mouth over there because they say things without empirical facts. They don't. One of them calls himself empirical. This one is your mic blasting nonsense on the side. When it was Jonathan's time, York came out and was praising Cardinal Naiko as a hero. During Buhari's time, this man spoke. He has always spoken. Before Okoje became very old, Okoje used to talk. Okoje would say it. So what has they come to say that you are writing to Holy See? If I don't know whoever collected the letter from the Holy See, probably he just wrote for writing sake. Because even the Pope speak up against bad things. The Pope speak up. When Iran war was going on, the Pope spoke against it. He told Trump, why are you declaring war on these people? So don't come to this platform to specify or push wrong narratives. APC have destroyed Nigeria. Even you that is typing, if you don't live abroad, if you live in Nigeria.
I didn't say APC has destroyed Nigeria.
Precious, this is me talking. I can turn my camera on.
Let's
you are exonerated from this, but everybody know that Nigeria is down the drain. We are hungry. Only the rich are getting richer. How can you go to Osun State and spend 60 billion naira? If you have built a hospital, a national hospital in Osun State with 60 billion, with the whole state not go there and get themselves treated. The other day you showed us Peter Obi in Anambra.
With 60 billion naira, we can have a good cancer center.
I'm telling you.
Or kidney dialysis center. Where people
you showed us a picture of Peter Obi in Enugu.
Go collect dialysis.
Look at the crowd sitting down with kidney. What are we talking about here?
And we get money to politics now.
To go give people 50,000 on the streets.
Mindsets.
No, that's not how it should work. I'm telling you, that's not how it should work. These people are very, very inhumane. They don't care about the Nigerian people. They don't care about the Nigerian people. It's not. Look, people have shown them that look, we are resilient, we're ready, we're hungry, we want to come out. Now they turn it around. It's victory for who? Victory, Ogunki victory for who? Then they call the name. It's victory for the people. It is victory for the people. It is so unfortunate that we find ourselves in this kind of trajectory where we have the best of the people as citizens and the worst are the people ruling us. This is unfortunate and it's affecting us in every sphere of life. We cannot continue like this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Now, my second, Madam B, Abi.
Yes.
All right, you're welcome, Madam B. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We thank God for the Osun election. At least we know now that the power of the people can do things, but we shouldn't relax.
That is what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that.
We are going to do that's we are like if you listen to Fight Today this morning, you will know that as we use Osun as a template, they are going to look for counter. And you know, with Osun, it's a small space. Yeah. So we need more people. That power of the people, we should use it. As for Shegun, you can see all his life. He's on TVC now. Still on both skinny. Why can't he come to what's that people would talk to him, Charles Oyagolu or whatever. He won't even go to the money show anyway. He has disrespected himself there. Even Ayo will deal with him. But whatever he says about Oyani, the Catholic priests have said their own. And they say they're not even going to have any meeting anymore. You see, at this next election, you know what's going to turn out to be? It's going to be a religion. It's going to be a religion thing. Because
that's the way they're already turning it. Because see the way the Muslims have insulted the Christians and hailed the president's Muslim ticket, and they've not done anything about it. And somebody is here spewing what I don't know. As if it was the other way around. The problem is not that it's happened though. The question is, if it's the other way around, would you take it? If it were a Christian ticket and Christians said this kind of things, and it was a Christian president in power, by now, for don't know if it don't happen for Nigeria. You people just have a way of thinking that other people are just idiots.
You will hear from Kuala tomorrow because somebody has joined him in his condemning. You will use that template to start talking. Shegun is a nobody. He's just talking from two sides of his ass. He wants to be. He's not a APC. Join APC. Let us see you join APC. Now you told us that Tinubu, you've gone to Tinubu. Why are you doing one side? You know, you've just been leaking ass all over the place. Like your other guest said, nobody is hungry. He's hungry, and 2027 is on the way. Maybe they will make him spokesman or something. He will talk. So please, they are just going to turn this thing to a religious war for this 2027 that is coming. But you know, we should just pray that Nigeria does not burn. Because if they try anything, Nigeria is going to burn.
All right. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Welcome, everyone. Obi-Wan, I've not seen you here before. This is the first time I've seen you. Let me give you the privilege to speak before I go back to the existing protocol. Obi-Wan, you're welcome. Are you there? Obi-Wan, are you there? Obi-Wan. Abi, you're just a spectator. Mr. Obi-Wan, are you there? So if you want to speak, you're muted. You can unmute yourself. You are muted in case you're trying to speak and we can't hear you. So you're muted. So you can unmute yourself so you can talk. Press on the unmute button. And if you're not ready to talk, let's move on. Tiwa Danjuma, good evening and welcome, please.
Precious, good evening, Joe. Hello, good evening. Ken, agree to. I guess now no busy na I did so.
Tiwa Danjuma, good evening. Good evening.
Agree to how na dey.
Na me greet you pass.
Well, okay. Olumide. Báwo ni. So.
Àlàáfíà fún gbogbo ilé o.
Pẹ̀lẹ́ àti ń wá yín o tẹ̀ dáhùn. Precious Nico.
But when Precious called me Precious, I dialed your number. Did you get my message?
No, I did not.
So that I tried to save your number and I dialed. I didn't get a response back. I sent a message. So I didn't understand what was going on. Maybe I didn't really get the number then.
As when I speak to you, but you won't say amen until I hear Precious. Not say no, man, no quick talk amen. Because
I know why Olumide no join. Because somebody no join. That's why Olumide no join.
No. So I didn't. So
Olumide customer
no. Me myself. I was a little upset because I didn't hear back. I flashed. I sent you a message. I didn't hear back. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe what's going on? So I thought I got sidelined, but send me the number again and I will look. Maybe I didn't save it properly. Maybe because I have two numbers on the one. So maybe I will use a different name to save the number actually. Because I saved the new number you gave me under the old number.
Okay.
So I think I know where I think I kind of know where the mix-up came from, but I mean that's okay. I I mean, if you guys want me, that's fine. I mean, doesn't stop me from coming on there and contributing, but I'm always available.
Well, your friend will come. We wanted you to tackle your friend, to
Who
rescue
is
your
that?
friend. Anyway, no worry. Let you leave that one. Let you
Who
leave
is
that
who is
one.
that?
Your friend now, where you give thought the other day.
Oh, She Edwin.
Now you sabi. Now you sabi. I beg, make me leave you alone. Make I talk.
See,
Anyway,
when I
Edwin,
welcome.
help me go straight to your point. To make you and Olumide live on a parapon. When I reach you on a backyard, when I go continue.
Greetings, yes. I don't greet everybody. Um, I think you have trashed the issue of Shegu Show me. So I know get time for him. I know, and then Mahi, of course you did. I know get time to waste on those people. But I want talk this. I want to go back to this Osun election because um so there are people who still they feel say, and precious, you don't address them. There are people who they feel say, oh, nah, the president wanted to be democratic. Oh, the president never wanted rigging. He wanted a free and fair election. Oh, it was negotiated. Even in this platform, some other person don't. Oh, it was negotiated consistently. Was posting. I just dey look am. I say maybe higher in brain out, but I want to read wetin when Baba Femi Ojodu talk. Now in APC, you don't mention Farouk Aliyu because he also spoke. Farouk Aliyu, first of all, said that when he appeared on a particular network, Farouk Aliyu said that APC defeated itself in Osun State. He's an APC stalwart. But let me read what the reaction of Baba Femi Ojodu. Those who defeated the APC in Osun State. That's the title of voting in right. Number one, whosoever was responsible for the hunger in the land. That is, whosoever was responsible for the hunger in Nigeria. Now, them nine defeat APC. That's number one. Number two, the Edo State governor, whose ill-advised and insulting outburst against the governor of Osun State only provoked resentment and strengthened Adeleke's support. Number three, whosoever authorized the freezing of the Osun State government accounts. Of course, you know that the local
I
government
hope say
account was
mention
being
Father
frozen.
Hussein name for that place, yeah.
They listen now, precious. You're too
No
fast.
vex, no vex, no
Calm
vex.
down.
They like straight to the point. No vex. Go ahead.
Number three. Okay, now I said number three, whosoever authorized the freezing of Osun State government account. Number four, Senator Fadausi, who reportedly said that Accord party members should be killed, including their family members. Number five, Honorable Wole Oke, who went everywhere boasting about Tinubu's name and power. Number six, Ero Arike with her endless rants. And cause you know that woman where they show now, where they swear they do it. When the thing come
So
backfire
she
now.
talk, oh.
Yeah, when the thing
And
backfire
you know
now.
that when she was doing it, perhaps APC did not condemn it because they thought it was going to
No,
be in their favor.
say get
So
gun, you
that's the
get everything.
problem.
Yes.
When you allow evil thrive, you don't know how the thing
Yes.
will backfire for you. See,
Now, I don't know. In God, no fit do anything for him. Number seven, former Governor Boyega Oyetola, who imposed a not so popular candidate and deny party members the freedom to choose their own flag. You know, say
when
Omishore,
maybe not maybe it's because they may not be able to control Omishore like that. I don't know. Not
Omishore
because
know the issue, and anyway, I don't want to talk about Omishore because
no vex.
now somebody where I know. But Mishore had to ask his supporters to support Adeleke out of
Yes.
protest. Yes. Number eight, the governors and party leaders who invaded the state as though they had come to conquer its people. You know, there were a lot of governors who don't mention here Then the NWC of APC plus other officials, who invaded as if there was war. It just shows they wanted to intimidate. And you cannot be negotiating and come with that kind of arsenal. Number 9, Governor Ademola Adeleke's irrepressible dance steps. Some people don't like that one. The first lady you remember how the first lady go take away this thing when you want talk, when you want sing and talk. You go in state, you go to humiliate the poor man. Anyway, number 10, Davido and his crowd pulling magic. That guy tried. That guy really tried. Number 11.
And I don't think anything worked as much as that his constant update on what's going on.
He tried well, and
that was the game changer because
he had.
After he first one, he saying go call the international community attention to it happen. Then on election day, when the drama won't begin starts, it begin updates.
Yes, and they took him for granted, and they took him for granted. And in American now, so anything you want to do, if you touch him now, you say you look for trouble. And then, of course, it's very, very popular internationally. But I want to add that the Adeleke family, the senior one will be billionaire, and their elder sister to all of them contributed. Then number 11, whosoever advised the governor to commission numerous projects in the run-up to the election, that is the Adeleke, thereby bringing traditional rulers onto the podium with him and giving his campaign greater visibility and legitimacy. Number 12, the people of Osun, a determined and fearless people who courageously confronted thugs deployed to seize ballot box, and even those who are and even snatching guns and axes from them. So Osun people need to be commended. Number 13, the creativity of the people expressed through their witty, biting, and by-leading campaign songs. Number 14, Adeleke's strategies, particularly those who couched and prepared him for the debate where he exceeded the expectations of many. This one, me, I no believe that one, because I know he didn't bring out the
him for his expectation as a politician. Adeleke
yes.
Don't speak well. Say we know they used to our politicians speaking exceptionally. You can't say talk small, so you can't do exceptional.
Number
they say the land of the blind, one eye man waiting.
Number 15. Number 15. Adeleke's top-notch media team. I agree with this one. Give it to them. They did a good job. So these are the 15 points we in highlight, and I tend to agree with almost all of them. But you see, if you look at the things where Aliu and so on, there are a lot of people who don't react on this thing. They talk about freezing of the account, the treatment of Omishore, the role played by Father Unsi, LGA debacle, the state money that is held, Oyetola's role, the Adeleke factor and that of his family, and let's see. Sorry, I'll round up now.
So, why Danjuma, why did they find the things? I hope you don't know that, from what people are saying and observations generally, whatever played out in Osun State is supposed to be a test run to the strategies we suppose use for 2027.
Yes, I'll comment on that.
So the reason we make all of these things happen, that means we can have Arikes all over the states in 2027. We can have a father who sees all over the states in 2027. We had an MC Olomo in Lagos State did his thing and nobody said anything. Then
yes,
so maybe the idea not to to demoralize people and make them feel say they see what's happening for Osun more than no now, but unfortunately, Osun people say I don't know what's in the worry they can't get coconut.
Osun people they were very wicked. They can't treat their son like that. The son will come from their place, and then the person will come southwest person. You are not like the way they do. I know. I start to complain to you, but make I leave that.
Now, what's make me they tell you now? Not like
because
the problem now.
They don't do well, no. That's why you see Adeleke the vex say make you no vex say you go vote for him. That's why because the thing they pay Adeleke well.
See what Juma, what are you saying? I don't understand you.
So
They
I
come, I
understand
never
the
finish.
point. I
If not,
understand the point.
if not Jonathan wife go say chai. Oh,
Try.
make I. So, Osun people's resilience, and then there was excessive use and abuse of federal might. The kind of this thing where they deployed there, it was excessive. It was extremely monetized, which you have mentioned. And the person will handle that billions, I should say, the one where you go keep back. You'll be smiling in the bank now. And then APC's poor leadership at federal and state level, these were part of the thing because Ojodu mentioned the hunger and all that. And then Nwike also commented. This is what Nwike said. He said, Nwike says that Adeleke has a family that has a very strong financial backing, and they compare him to his boy in River State. Say if his boy had that kind of financial backing and strong family background, maybe for day difficult for him. That was Nwike saying. So, but all in all, what I think is that APC went and deployed. They thought that the same thing where they use for Lagos, like getting towels, like Luomo, like using that slang where they use Chinedu, intimidating people who we saw in Lagos, what other? If you look at some of the things that they did in Osun State, it was like they just imported some of the things that they did in Lagos, which maybe work for them, if you like, I put it in quote, and they thought they could, that same template they could use for Osun, but it backfired against them. It didn't work because the situations are different, the equities here are different, and of course, I believe that there were also moles. There were people, who were disgruntled in APC, where also they give accord and their, Adeleke information on what is happening, and of course they offered their support to him. So APC is he hasn't succeeded in a meeting like NDC to call those people where they disgruntled to sit them down and say, I beg, make una no vex and so on and so forth. It's like if you like go to her. Baba has spoken. So that's how it's going to be. So, and that's a warning. If they get sense, they need to sit down and go back and strategize because they just feel say we have all the governors, we have all the senators, they can do the magic. It has failed here. So again, they have to go back to the drawing board. And some of those governors were there and some of those senators were there. Now, man, now their belly night they look for because you saw that they were struggling for money, quarreling over money that was supposed to use for campaign, quarreling with Uzodinma and all those kind of stuff. At the like of Umai, all those are Nabele face politicians, they are just looking for their own. Because if for your born, they go disgrace Umai there, even for in his own family, he doesn't talk rubbish. He's talking rubbish, and everybody know him. So he can say anything when they talk. Everybody know that he's just wasting his time, and they know because he has to speak like that so that he will find favor in the eyes of his so-called master. So I just want to stop there because I've spoken long. If time permits, there are other issues that I like to grapple with. But just to say that it's a lie, they should stop peddling all those rumors that, oh, the president is so nice, he didn't want, it was negotiated, no, it wasn't. Because there was also the international dimension to this thing that they look. You could see what go happen in Nigeria. So APC shot itself in the foot. He wouldn't have wasted all that money if he wanted to negotiate. He wouldn't have brought all those people mighty and high and all the policemen where they bring and all the military and paramilitary people where they bring. This thing was militarized. He wouldn't have stopped for 3 hours. INEC would not have stopped for 3 hours, loading the distance. Maybe they quickly went to go and check what is coming. And then when they saw that, see as the matter be, if we do anyhow, you go see anyhow. They just say, beg, make you let the thing go. So it appeared as if INEC did. INEC didn't do anything. INEC didn't do anything. They were just overwhelmed. That's my thinking. That's what I believe. And that's a lesson. So those who are saying that the power of the people,
My dear brother,
don't know
if I tell you what reporters from media stations I spoke with at one ground, by the way, I want to quickly respond to uh, my people just come attention to your tweets and I go dey answer you well be your response. This language wey you speak, now if something spoil, na the person wey dey in charge na im dey go call na. Shebi see when I wetin dey try talk like that, abi na probably they give me.
Yes, sir.
If something go wrong, now my papa you won't call before when another person dey power. When this when things be dey spoil under Jonathan, who they hold responsible? Who hold am responsible?
Why
Who
they
know
not
the
the
box
prepare
stopped at his table? Why
precious?
for
Yeah,
reach another person table now the buck begin go around to another table and not the table where they in charge? Why are you doing
they,
like this? Why it be say if you reach time to take glory, the person where they in charge will take glory. But when it reach time to take liability, the person no go take am.
they go find person where they
Why
go
you like
use the head
you
as
said you're
coconut.
just a learner now? This thing you're saying is unfair now. Very, very unfair now. And you know it.
Precious.
I ask you
The
one question.
person,
Sorry, Mr. Ken, I'm coming. I ask you just one question, and I think you should take this back to your meeting. Where are the meets? Just one question. Ask your people in your meeting why it is impossible to remove and do away with the people where they for the villages where the displaced people day to day. I mean, people are displaced from their homes. They cannot go to their communities anymore. Some of those communities have been renamed. In case you don't know, yes, it did not start in this administration, and we have to say the truth. But this administration don't say na be the only government who don't take the decisions when no other government don't get that to take. The first major decision you should take is the decision of replacing people for their displaced home. I don't think there's any decision that would have been more important than that. Do you know what that would mean for people to be returned to their ancestral homes? So why has it been difficult? Why that particular one, that Akwobi decision, they impossible for us to take? No vex. That na what you go ask yourself. The best way to catch person wey thief something, to deal with criminal, not be when you catch the thing for your hand. We know the people who did this because we're seeing them. There are people living in those displaced places today. Why? Okay, because we know that the original occupants don't need those places. Why can we not bomb those communities? Destroy, because some of those places they already rename them and even demolish their houses. So why not bomb the communities, spend money to rebuild their houses for them? Why? Why can we not do it? When you answer that question, you need to understand what people they talk about, what they happen with Nigerian government. Well done.
Precious, no waste your time to they talk to Yomai, and all those howdy and all those people. You know, waste your when it was may they come the platform now. No, don't waste your time. If their face they look like that of human being, may they come platform. I maybe they say our face.
And I don't know. And this platform is open. That's why people are saying block this person, block that. I will not block anybody. We're on terrestrial media,
What?
so this platform is for everyone. But I want you guys to come. Don't be just making messages and all that and be misleading people. Enter, just like I don't talk. Enter the platform, talk, participate. You've seen his face. You know my face. Why can you not join and talk? Let's see you.
No, their face ugly now. That's why they know if you come. Precious.
We don't want to carry their face. We don't want to carry their face, do anything.
No,
But
their face
when
they
they
ugly. Their face ugly.
that
They
they
cannot
find
come.
them. Person when they support bad things suppose ugly.
So
They don't need their face or anything.
not be them go bring a fake bishop. They say bishops should not be talking, but not be them go bring fake bishop. Like they not bring fake bishop. Can they try to present them as real? So and they're saying that bishops should stay away. Priests should stay away. They should not discuss politics because they are not Nigerian. They don't go
but
to the market. They don't eat.
Bishop endorsed their oga. Fake
Yeah.
Bishop endorsed their oga.
Oh, I guess.
And
They don't see
the
anything
ones
wrong
that
in
did
that
that
one.
is a good person. They are good bishops. They were not political. For endorsing somebody, then they were not political. But the ones that criticize are the ones that are political. There is God.
I beg.
The same their oga will take Akpobi decision. Early this year, when Mele Kyari say refinery don't dey work, he come out, come do victory run. He say, oh, congratulations to us, it's working. Da, da, da. The same oga last week tell us say in 2027 the refineries will start working. Which refinery? The one wey we just build or the one wey dem don congratulate us before? Come, guy, stop coming here to say what you cannot defend. If you know you can't come to the platform and talk, hide your face.
All right, Jerry. Tiwa, are you done? Let me let somebody else speak.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Hello, quickly, please. So that I'll let Olumide speak. And Mr. JJ is here.
Okay, oh, precious. Good evening, good morning, everybody. Good evening. You know, It's a pity, you understand? That's 60 billion. That's 60 billion. You know, it's
It is
unfortunate
alleged though,
that
because you don't see the money, my dear brother. So just put them away.
whether it's alleged or not alleged, they are saying it is already circulating everywhere. They've said it as the people that were there that the incident concerned. They are the people who came out to say it. So imagine those are taxpayers' money. That money belongs to Nigeria. You know what I ask myself sometimes is that how can these people be so bold enough? They will use the public money that belongs to the people. They will use that money to be oppressing the same people. You know, I ask myself this question every day. These are public funds. These are public funds that is meant to be used for public good. But they've turned it upside down. They are using it for evil. They are using it to destroy. Money that was supposed to serve the people. And again, are you guys telling me that there is no, let me say, in other words, like a watchdog, people that regulate their kind of amount you are made to spend, and if money you like a certain amount, there's a amount that is being set that this is the money you can spend during the election, and if this money exceeds that amount, then it will trigger an investigation. Start asking questions where that money came from. Where did you guys get this money from? There is nobody like that monitor these things. Because these are things that is supposed to be in place to checkmate these people. So, because I know over here where we are, there are certain limits you cannot cross. When your spending go beyond that limit, it trigger investigation. Question, and then start asking questions where those money came from. So that is why we must put things in place that can checkmate these people. Like I will say, like somebody keeps saying said that the country is not a nation yet. These people do anything, they get away with it. You know, I said this thing yesterday. All those governors that came to that state in the name of they want to come and support their party or support their candidate or thereabout. Yes, you can come and campaign. You can come and campaign or support whoever you want to support. But on the day of election, as far as you're not resident in that state, you're meant to be in your state or be where you are and go and continue to look after your people and allow the people that are resident in that state, that are resident in those areas, cast their vote in a very peaceful manner, and everybody go back into their. But yes, due to the situation of the country, due to what is going on, so definitely the people have to take extra precaution to protect their vote. So I will touch on this Davido issue again now, because I know it has been a lot of things has been going on Twitter since morning. That's been dragging him back and forth. Most people disagreeing with him on coming to say this is the end, that he's not going to involve himself in the election or anything again or thereabout. For me, if you hear this or whatever, this is just the beginning. Don't start what you cannot finish. You started it. All hands on deck. We must liberate that country. What you've done now, you have to repeat it in 2027. You have to choose a side. You cannot say you will keep your mouth shut and you will go back to your house and you won't get anything. You started it, so you have to finish it. That's why I said all the celebrity in that country, all of them must get themselves involved. Every Nigerian must evolve, because that country must be safe. The country must be safe. So you cannot allow the worst of us in that country to continue to do all sorts of rubbish and get away with it. I will still touch on, you show a video earlier on regarding the Edo State, the road leading to the government house and everything or thereabout.
The government house to your state now. Now your state's government house.
Please.
The way they come out that country, like say no concern you. Now your state's government house. I just say I remind you. Go ahead, sir.
You touch on that area or thereabout. And
sorry, because I've not that video is AI. It's AI.
I have not seen you talked about even. Do you know that even at the moment as I speak to you now, that there was although that I have not verified that fact yet. At the moment, the states now, the debt of that state, the debt profile of that state now have risen to about 160 something billion. Allegedly, I'm still on the verification state, verification state. I have not confirmed the full details yet, but the debt now has risen to over 160 something billion as we're talking now. Where has the money gone? Nobody knows. What are they doing with it? Nobody knows. So you see, this this is what you get when you put people that have no idea. They got nothing to offer. You put them in a seat of power. All they can do is to destroy, because they cannot build. Now, I'm happy you showed that road. The existing road that they were made to look after, take care of. They are not doing that. They came up with the idea of flyover. First of all, it's one thing to build new roads. Where are the maintenance culture? Is there maintenance culture or anything? No. Because as you're building roads, when you're making budgets, you're supposed to make budget for repairs. Because all these things need constant maintenance as well. At least if it's maybe once in a year and all that, or once in 6 months, maintenance. You go around, check every other. These are not you doing after you've constructed, you've made road, you've constructed the road, you abandon it for any no maintenance, nothing. What it will get destroyed, to get washed away, and then that's it. But in all of these things, that this thing shows you that these people do not bloody care. And that most of these people, they also lack maintenance culture. They lack that maintenance culture as well. They got nothing to offer. So that's for that area. So we talked about the other guy you mentioned, is it Show Me or whatever you call it. That you could see that's an hungry man now. He's working for the APC. He works for them. So what do you expect him to say? He tried to deceive. He tried to deceive Peter Obi, but he couldn't deceive him with his tongue. So when he found out that the trap they were setting, that trap did not work, he went out. He started talking nonsense, talking trash. So one shouldn't count any word that comes out of that one's mouth. Everybody should ignore that one. I think there was a time I saw him. He came to. There was a video I saw when he came to. I watched that video. He went to that same Edo state. I don't know. He went to that. The governor was going right. The so-called D7 was taking him around, showing me some of the road he has done, all those kind of stuff, and so on and so forth. If you see these people, that tells you that these people are hungry people. They've got nothing to offer to the people. That is the reason why 2027, because Nigeria must take their stand, must take their country back and kick these people out. Bringing people who have an idea, who can build a nation, who wants to build that nation, so that the nation can work for everybody. It can work for everybody, not these people who wants to use the public fund to oppress the people. No, we can't. The country cannot continue like this. No, the country cannot continue. It cannot continue like this. So things must be set right. So I will repeat that again. Every celebrity, every Nigerians, everybody, we must come out and we must continue speaking, because Osun has proven that. The Osun people, I will once again also say congratulations to them for taking their stand. You see, these people those thugs came with their guns, came with their axe and everything, but Osun people stand still. The money they came with, they collected it from them. They collected their gun, dragged their gun from them, take their asses for them. They didn't. because it's like it shows you now they were not sending that message now. This is do or die. This is do or die. We must get it right. Like I said the other day, up till now, is there any news of the people they've taken before the election? They take them to Abuja. Have they released any of those people? Precious, is there any news about that? Have you heard any news if they've released the people that were taken to Abuja before the election? Have you heard any if
Yeah,
they've
one
released them?
party have asked that they release them, but we've not heard any news. If
Nothing.
let me quickly let Olamide speak.
Okay. Now you've taken those people. Now those people have been in detention now since they took them. Right? They didn't charge them to court. They didn't bring any charges to them that this is what they did. This was the reason why they arrest them and all that. Nothing. You just pick up. I think I understand there is a law that they cannot more than there is a limit which you can detain any of these people with if you're not able to bring charges on them. So, but nothing like that now. You kept them there and all that. Till now, nothing has been done about it. So that is the reason why we keep saying Nigeria must rise up and demand for their country back.
Thank you.
They must. Thank you very much.
Olamide, good evening. Olumide, good evening and welcome.
Hello, Precious.
Yes, please. You're welcome.
Good evening to my fellow panelists and everybody else listening.
Yeah, good evening.
I want to start with Segun Showun. I won't even say anything about him because I'm not going to give him relevance. I won't give him relevance. It's obvious to you that money better lecture. I mean, I was in the corner. Money is talking. So he's just working for his money. Unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of history, and that's that for Sean. But regarding the priest coming out to talk, so I don't know why the federal government will be criticizing the priests coming out to talk on behalf of their people. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, these are the owners of the land. You want to set up a ranching, you want to set up a ranching, you want to set up a ranch farm or cattle ranch on people's land without even involving them in the negotiation, without involving them in making a decision. Is that the essence of the federal government? I mean, this is just so. This brings us to the fact that we must all go back to what brought these people in. See, they wanted to come to Yoruba land too, where the president hails from. They wanted to come to Ibadan. Remember during the Buhari regime, Okponu Adeshina, the special advisor to the president on publicity or whatever they call him, was Femi Okponu Adeshina was saying that your land or your life. So these people had negotiated with these terrorists. They brought in these foreign mercenaries of Fulani extraction to come and fight Jonathan on their behalf. And this was the agreement with them, that they were going to resettle them without having a contract or negotiating with the people. It was their own war. It wasn't the Nigerian people's war. The Nigerian people's own war or way of changing government is through a civil process by the ballot, not by war, not by the gun or the barrel of the gun. But eventually, maybe someday, we hope we don't get to that point where the people have to fight, especially the indigenous people who own the land right now, because the only way they have to make sure that they don't go out of extinction, obviously, with the way things are going on, is either the federal government takes sides with them and fight out these terrorists, or they put up arms against both the terrorists and the federal government to be able to make sure that their people don't go extinct. The Yoruba resisted them and told them, no, we don't want them on our lands. The Igbos, thank God for Nnamdi Kanu, through the ESN, raised that army of the people to fight them off and resisted them. And now they want to take advantage of the Benue people. They want to throw the Benue people to the dogs. And I'm telling the Benue people, you have to resist it. But it's unfortunate that your elites, we should be standing up to speaking up for you. People like David Mark, people like who is this secretary to the federal government, all of them are just after stealing and amassing wealth that they won't take to their graves, and it has no meaning for their future generations. When all that is around them, go to Benue. Those people are living in squalor. They can't go to their farms. There are no jobs. There are no industry. All they are waiting for is allocation from the government. I mean, it's just terrible. And then you are telling the priest not to talk, not to advocate for their people. I mean, those of you in America, you would bear me witness. TY and CM, if I'm right, will bear me witness that if not for the work of the Black Civil Rights Movement, people like Martin Luther King, the clergyman, people like Malcolm X, the Muslim, when they say we stand on the shoulders of giants, those were the giants they were referring to. If not for their civil rights work, despite the fact that they were religious in their days, they stood for their people, they stood for their race, to making sure that they weren't cheated, to making sure that they gained equality in the society and in the land that wasn't originally their own land, that their forefathers were brought from far away land, and they know that they knew no other place called home except America. And if they didn't want the whites to continue to treat them as second-class citizens, they had to stand up and fight for emancipation. And today we all are enjoying, and this fight for emancipation reverberated throughout the whole of not just America, but Europe, Britain, UK. Till today, those of us traveling to the US, Black immigrants, colored immigrants, largely due to the work of these people. And then you are telling people who are the owners of the land, on their own land, to cede land to foreigners who we don't have any commonality with. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the people should resist. And regards the Osun election, I want to appeal to especially the obedience or the NDC party. I think we should give kudos to Davido. I mean, any sensible, serious presidential candidate should be tapping Davido up as a, if not as a campaign manager, but as a member of a presidential campaign strategy, or now they can use him to strategize, to reach out to the people. That is the power of a celebrity being used positively to influence his people. And this guy used it in Osun State. Adeleke should be thankful to him for what he did. Otherwise, they would have kicked him out of that place. They would have kicked him out. He should be thankful to Davido. I think we should be tapping from what that it should be NDC Peter Obi should be tapping from what Davido did, and they should be scaling this to every part and nook and cranny of the nation. Kudos to the Osun State people who fought and stood for their votes. I'm also going to say kudos to the Abia people and kudos to the Kano people. Those are the only 3 states that I see that are ready for this 2027. All the other states don't seem to be ready. This is the work that NDC has before them. I mean, you don't expect a Davido. So some people are saying, oh, Davido, come and campaign for Obi. Come. Did Obi campaign for Adeleke in Osun State? Now, for those of them who are talking trash, especially talking trash on some other people have been talking trash on some other platforms, especially these idolites, these Benin people. Wait, the only thing they know how to do is to run their mouths. To I mean, no. My apologies to my my two Edo friends, but some of you Edo, it be like say, na job, not to the hype. People na they talk, people na they hype. As those hype guys hype.
Olumide, don't say that, oh, please. Come. You never see those guys for action. If you see them for action, you go look for where poet. Don't say that. Don't say that. If you
So
follow the last election, you saw what those guys did, what they did. It's just that federal might owner they talk about, he overpowered them. So don't say that, please.
what I'm see, I think if you want me to do an analysis, Obi won the last election, which is the only thing that was missing was that immediately they turned up the beavers. People should have stayed and insisted that if they don't declare the beavers result, they wouldn't accept any other declaration. It must be the beavers result. They won't accept. You have to stand. That was what the Oshu people stood for. That was what the Abia people stood for. And even when they went to court and when they saw that the court was going to manipulate, the Kano people went out there to say, you know what, anything contrary to the right judgment, we are ready to turn things upside down. So you see the 2027 election, any mago, people must be ready to stand up and say, you know what? It's either you declare the true results. We want to see the true unadulterated results as reported by the beavers, as reported by the machine, or they have to get an independent body to come and take a look at everything. You won't accept. I think that was where they trusted the government too much. They trusted the courts. See, I followed they trusted the courts to do the right thing, and then the courts failed in the end. The judiciary failed the people. The Osho people realized that, you know what, going to the courts, the moment they declared the winner, going to the court was going to be futile because they controlled the courts. And they said, no, we wouldn't accept it. So I'm saying that the good work, the real work starts August 19. That is now left for Obi and his team and his strategists to go to every state and tell the people, what do you have to, this is the time to tell them what you have to offer them. Benue people, this is what I have for you. You people have a right to your land. I will make sure that you people go back to your homes. I will make sure that if you guys don't want ranching, you have to make these promises and fulfill them. If you win, you win. If you don't win, you don't win. Don't be afraid. Don't make political statements that will kill you. That at the end of the day, you get there, you won't be able to do anything. You have to go to the Yoruba people. This is what is happening. I will make sure the economy is run right. I will make sure you guys have independence over your finances. Every chairman of local government, go to every look for what is pinching every state in the shoe, and look for what you're going to do to make their life better. In the north, what they want right now is just peace. They're not even thinking of anything except peace. The killings should stop. If you can assure them that the killings will stop, that they're able to have a normal life, they're able to go back to their economic life. Davido, even if you bring in Davido to come and campaign for you, or you bring in Adeleke, can't be everywhere. The only state, the what best they can do is to secure Osun State and say, you know what, they won't be reading, they'll be free and people make sure that the right candidate wins the Osun State and then he wins. But what about the other states? That's what we're saying. This thing has to be taken individually. And only 3 states have shown that they are ready to do this. What about the other 33 states? You understand? So I don't blame Adeleke when you can see that the family, it shows you that the family is a family that is based, that is very principled. They are not a family that where you can see that is I would say that it's a family that I have respect for. And Davido is able to speak up his mind despite what Adeleke has despite Adeleke's opinion, despite his father's opinion, despite other people's opinion, to say, you know what, I'm not, we're not supporting Tinubu, we're not supporting APC. But his brother, and I understand the reason why his brother is coming out to say, you know what, I'm going to support him because the Yoruba man is because, not necessarily because he wants to support him, but because, remember, Precious, you were saying the other time, remember you were saying that they're still holding on to over 200 billion naira funds they've seized from him. This guy is still standing in between the devil and the deep blue sea, even though he won. There's funds that he can still use to develop, do so many good works in Osun State, but they were probably holding on to the funds, hoping that he will lose the election and they release it to their crooked APC candidates and they will steal the money. They will chop the money. But now they may not want to release the fund until maybe after the presidential election, hoping that Tinubu will come back after the second term and they will still continue to hold on to the fund and delay so that maybe after his second term, they can bring in their guy. And so this guy, if he's being political with this, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to fight for the release of his fund and he knows what he's doing. So I don't blame him for saying that, you know what, because he knows that they are using the federal money to gag him and to stifle him. And he needs his money to be able to develop the state. So I don't blame him. So it doesn't stop the obedience from going to Osun State and doing your campaign and making sure or going to other. I want to speak to my Ogun people. I'm from Ogun State. I want to speak to my Ogun people too. See, shame on you, all of you. You have to fight for your state. Despite the fact that your state has that potential, the state where the late sage Awolowo came from, brilliant people came from, former President Obasanjo came from. I mean, I can begin to name, you know, but look at the kind of people you have as government, credit card fraudster, Dapo, dubious Dapo. And they're going to choose another fraudster from APC to come and to rig the election. And I think the bane of all this problem
There's
is
no
that
fraudster, there is no rig, Olumide.
now you talk that one precious, but me, I don't talk my own shout. So you guys don't have an alternative. Ogun State people come out with an alternative. What helped the Oshu people was that they had an alternative. They had an alternative in an incumbent that had performed. And it was easy for them to keep him and fight for him to retain him. Come out with an alternative that you believe in and go out and defend your votes. Obi is an alternative. Come out, let's support him and defend that presidential vote. So every governorship candidate, Abia State people, they had an alternative in OT, and they defended him. They made sure that his vote counted. The Kano people had an alternative. They believed in the candidate that can cancel proposed to them, and they defended his votes. We don't know that their performance is another thing, but at least that is how democracy thrives. You're able to elect your candidates. If they don't perform, you vote them out. But you don't allow thieves to rig themselves in. Can you imagine the president's wife going to launch a food bank being initiated by the state government? I've never heard of a state government establishing a food bank in my life, except in communist. The last time I heard of that was in a communist regime. Americans, please bear me witness. We don't do that in Canada here. Does your state run a food bank?
I don't. The government doesn't run it. Oh, it's sometimes private
They
individuals
are run
who
by
wants to
non-profit
give something out.
organizations. They are run
Yeah,
by
no profit
philanthropists.
organization.
Oh my God.
The more
They
you
won't
see,
begin
the
steal
less you see
money.
in Nigeria.
They won't begin if they don't begin impoverish people who steal money. Can you see the way these people are behaving? I mean, there are so many things to campaign upon. I mean, that Obi can campaign upon, free, true federalism, where you allow the states to generate their own income and determine how they want to spend it through local government autonomy. What are you planning to do in all the regions, all the states of the country? This is the time to begin to lay down. Forget all those bigots. Don't suck yourself into those Omwale Yoruba bigotry. They want to suck into that bigotry and they want you to start having that conversation night and day. At the end of the day, you don't have anything to say. Come out with what you want to do, concrete plan. Bring out your team, your representative. Who are those who are part of your economic team? Who are those who are part of your health team? Who are those who are part of your team to building industries, to attracting investments? We don't want you getting into government and then you are taking 1 year, 6 months, 1 year to form a government. That shows on seriousness. So I mean, the work is a lot of hard work. Unfortunately, I know it's not easy. I know the last election, the obedience worked hard. I mean, I dove my heart for them, despite the fact that they didn't give them any chance. And this is not the time to start talking about collaboration or coalition. Forget it. Obi did it, Labour Party did it single-handedly. All we want is a free and fair election. Forget any, don't let them suck into any stupid, silly coalition. You did it
Olumide, please,
single-handedly in Labour within a short
Olumide, just a
time.
quick one. Olumide, just a quick question. You know, one thing we are forgetting here, that Osun State, we should remember that we have obedience there as well. I think you guys should remember, is there are obedient in that Osun State who also work for that Adeleke as well. We should have that at the back of our mind as well.
So that's good. I mean, if they worked for him and they were able to use that opportunity, you know, this is the time to scale it to other states. Who are the obedience in Ogun State? Who are the obedience in Ondo State? Who are the obedience in Lagos State? Who are the celebrities? This is the time to fight for your country. This is the time to take a stand. I'm taking a stand right now. I'm saying no to evil, no to the rottenness going on there. I don't belong to any political party, but I've taken a stand that this is who I want to put my ballot on. And this is who I want my loved ones to put their ballots on. So I've taken a stand, and that this is what I want to do. Except there's any other candidate that can convince me that, but at this moment in time, it seems to be the only candidate that I think the options with what we have right now can get the job done. So that's just I mean that's but my only fear is that the deputy Kwankwanso still has to convince me that he himself is not a religious bigot. You understand? He has to convince me that he wasn't a proponent of Sharia. He has to convince me that he didn't sponsor mass wedding with the coffers of the state government. So these are the kind of things. But his actions as the vice president of the country, if they eventually win, will tell so many tales, because they are now touting that the agreement is that if Obi serves the 1 term, they might likely front him as a northern candidate when the northerners
So
come to
you know
power.
that this your
But
projection is even if Obi is going to be in the ballot in 2027.
yeah, I'm pretty
I
positive.
hope that you
I
guys
don't
are
want to be
also
negative as some
I
people. I
hope
don't
you
want to
guys
be
are
negative.
considering that, because if you look at
I don't want to be. I
it
don't want
has
to
to
be
be either
negative.
Obi or Atiku that will be dropped from ballot through the courts, one way or the other. I know that there are court cases that are existing. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but of course, you know, I do have great knowledge of politics in Nigeria and knowing what's going on now. I don't know what to say. So whatever Obi is doing and whoever he has to consult to ensure that he presses on for a transparent and level playing ground, I think he should intensify on it, because one person has to go between Obi and Atiku, and I mean it has to be.
I have always asked a question myself that, how do we have the only problem we have is how do we make that election free and fair so that the true winner is reflected? I didn't have an
Yeah,
answer
fair, because
because
if you look at the way the election is going, right, as it is right now, Osun State, it has taught everybody, including the ruling party, a lot of lessons. And
that's right.
this Muslim ticket was done with, so matter, make on the Christians could just will keep quiet, and of course they have. And where you have likes of Adiboye thinking that what they're doing is not bad, so who are you to now think that any other person cares? But that is not even the problem. The real issue is there may be a lot of strategizing going on, because the strategy will be, oh, if we have to eliminate Obi, the Northerners may use annoyance and vote for Atiku, and then the Christians will, out of anger, give Atiku and Chibuike Amechi votes because he's a Christian. So there may be sympathy votes, even in Southeast, for Chibuike, which will be a problem. And if you eliminate I think there's a lot of strategizing going on, and that is what I
Yeah,
would.
so even in Imo, so even in Southwest, even in the
So in the coming
Southwest,
days, you guys will be hearing a lot of things.
so
Remember that
so
it's still
even
going
in
before
this
appeal court right now, and we'll never still hear
Precious,
about them. Yes, sir.
even in the Southwest, the Imo people have to defend. They have to defend their vote. So Enugu, they have to defend. So even see, I'm disappointed. Even in Anambra, I'm disappointed in the Anambra people. I mean, I don't know if the election in Anambra was a free and fair election or there was vote buying or rigging. But after what Soludo did in first term, that they were returning for a second term, I'm kind of flabbergasted. And then in Ido, I'm kind of flabbergasted in Ido too because we know that Ido was rigged. And we know that the people were divided too because they didn't want Obaseki. Obaseki disappointed them in the second time and they didn't want him back. So some people were divided and but there was no alternative. The problem is if
No,
you don't have an
no. What
alternative
happened in
candidate,
Edo? See, what happened in Edo is this: prior to the election, just the way they were arresting people in Oshu. That was what they did in Edo State. The key people that were working with the governor, that were making sure that the handpick of the governor comes into power, they arrested all of them and flew them to Abuja. They did all of
so
that,
that's what
even
I'm
during the.
saying. That's what
So
see,
that's what they
what I'm
did.
saying is that that's what I'm saying that the thing that was lacking was that the people did not stand up to defend their vote.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The Oshu people stood up to defend their votes. So
Yeah, you're
people were
correct on that. You're
divided.
correct.
So
Yeah.
so so even people were to the extent that the Oba that should be non-partisan, it was non-partisan when Obaseki came back the second time. He told the Shomole face blank that he has no candidate, the people should decide. But this time around, because of his personal grounds with Obaseki, he covertly supported and allowed APC have their way.
You're
It
correct.
gave
You're
it gave
correct.
it gave, it gave a good so all of these things factor. See, we don't allow personal grounds to take over, and then the people who should have stood up to defend that lost focus. I thought Olumide, I've forgotten his name, the last name, the lawyer was the former NBA president, was a good alternative.
Olumide Akpata.
Apata, I thought it was a good alternative, that it would be a
The
fresh of breath
problem
there.
with Tulumide was that I think he was coming from about the same constituency with Obaseki when it is the turn of Edo North at that time. I think that was a challenge with Tulumide Apata.
No, Edo Central.
It was turned for Edo Central and whatever it is. But I think
So
he
so
was
so
coming
it-
from a
it's like
constituency that shouldn't have run. That's what the challenge was.
so there was no, it was like the Oshu, majority of the Oshu people were unequivocal. They wanted Adeleke or nothing. And then in Edo, they were divided. They were divided. So they were able to latch onto that um crack in the wall. You understand? So you must have a candidate that will engender the confidence of the people, credible candidates that will do well. It's difficult, People can even claim to be people of integrity. They get to office, they turn around and do something else. But the basis for democracy is that your ability to be able to choose your leader freely and fairly when the time comes. So what we don't want is rigging. What we don't want, because if you keep rigging, you keep cheating, all they want to do is come and steal money. All they look at is the state allocation. And they are stealing 95%, 90 to 95% of it, they're sharing it among themselves. And they don't do any programs. You understand? So I think that's where the problem is. I think we should all learn from what happened in Osun State. Davido did a good job. Obedience can learn on how to scale it to all the state levels. And then we should continue to speak out. And then come when the campaign kicks off, the NDC, the OB people should be able to come out with good people that will speak. I mean, good. How do they call them? What do they call them in the US now? People who come out to speak on behalf of candidates on TV stations or on platforms. Their representatives or
You mean
sorry,
spokesperson?
and not just the spokesperson. They have people that speak on their behalf You want to make sure that people of integrity, people here, so that people know that they mean well. Not people like Showumi. I mean, when you have people like Showumi speaking on your behalf, when you have people like Biwala speaking on your behalf, then you know you already know that what they are selling is Ofegi. You already know that what they are selling is is a fake product. But when you come out with people, and when people see them, young, articulate people, who want to make sure that the country turn around for the better. There's a lot of work to be done, but I mean, it's top position is hard work. I think I will leave it at there and let others talk to.
All right, thank you. My brother Onero, good evening and welcome. Let's hear have your say. Mr. Frank Onero, can you hear us? Mr. Onero, please, are you there? We can't hear you. You're still muted. So please check your device.
Precious, just a quick one. Do you know?
Baby,
Do you
call
know
Madam
this professor?
Precious.
Yes, now you are called Mr. Onero.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody on the panel. Thank you, Madam Precious, for always creating this opportunity for all of us to address the issue that bother the generality of Nigerians. First and foremost, let me start from where the last speaker spoke as regard Edo State. He spoke quite well. But as somebody that have my adult life in Edo State and also grounded politically in Edo State and followed all the elections that have been held in Edo State since this political dispensation from 1999 up to, I will say categorically here that the generality of the Edo people, majority of the Edo people can read, can write, can understand basic logic, can pick good from bad. Demonic people. Having said that, people spoke on behalf of the election in 2020 during COVID when Obaseki was coming for his second term. Oshomole at that time was highly influential in the APC. Obaseki deprived Oshomole from dipping his hand fully in the Edo State Treasury. I'm not a supporter of Obaseki. I'm not a supporter of APC. Never. I've never been and I will never be. But the good people of Edo State, when Oshomole said Obaseki will never return for a second term, Obaseki is a Benin man. He's from Edo South. Oshomole from Edo North. Mathematically, plus rigging, plus manipulation, Edo South will produce at between 52 to 55%, if not 60%, of the population of votes that will come from Edo State. There are about 9 local government areas, if not 10, in Edo. The people of Edo State stood vehemently. They follow what Kwankwasa and the Kwankwasa movement have been doing. For I follow the elections. From the polling unit to the World Collation Center, Buhari was president then, to the local government collation center, and then to the state collation center in Aduawa, Ramat Park, Aduawa, where the INEC head office was located. Edo people from across the state surrounded that state collation center. After they have followed the polling unit to the ward collation center, to the local government collation center, they knew what Oshomole could do. And their evil plans. That is how Obaseki came back for the second term. The reason why Obaseki failed and his candidate, Aswa Egodalo, failed in the 2024 elections was because majority of Edo people, especially Edo South people, were angry with Obaseki. He had a fight with the Oba of Benin. That's on one hand. On the second hand, Obaseki was scattering, destroying people's property in Edo State. The anger was very furious. People were furious. The anger was fierce among the people of Edo State, especially Edo South. So when the election came, even though he had a lot of people, I will say, in all honesty, that Aso Egodalo, from the result that came, actually beat this D7 governor of Edo State, who I never supported. Yes, I never supported him. I supported Olumide Akpata. It was a choice for me, an option for me. Of course, the other person that spoke, the fact that people were clamoring. Hold on, let me land. The fact that people were clamoring that yes, this time it should go to Edo Central, having Edo South having completed 8 years, Edo North completed 8 years with other Oshomole. It should go to Edo Central. That was also a factor that people do not queue massively behind Olumide Akpata.
Mr. Efo, can I just reply to? Can I just quickly? I just want to make an observation.
Go ahead.
So what you just said is the very, very, very thing that we are trying to run away from in our society. So see, wuru to the answer will not get us anywhere. You understand? Allow the voters determine the fate of the candidates. See, if you say because of personal grounds, you understand, and then you allow rigging to take place, or you allow people to manually rig, is Edo State is Edo State the better for it right now with the kind of human being that you have there right now?
No, I'm coming to that. I never supported all those ones. No. Maybe you misread what I was saying. I'm a participant of the entire process, especially the last one and the ones before. I was there in Edo State at the University of Benin when Lucky Benadio was voted and he failed. And they came with another shenanigan. The father came and told the people of Edo State, I'm from Delta State, but I reside and grew up in Benin. I grew my adult life in Benin. And the father came and said, if somebody fail, he's meant to repeat the class. That was how they pushed Lucky Benadio, who stole majority of Edo State money, treasury. So the point you are making is fair. What I'm telling you are the calculations, how the people rose despite the shenanigans and the manipulation, the evil, the heartlessness, the wickedness that we continue to see among the political class that want to take power by all means for themselves, not for the people. That is the motivating factor that made Edo State as a whole rose against Oshomole and his godfatherism and said, no matter what you try to do, we will defeat you. And he was defeated. So, what I'm saying in essence is that the people must remain the determinant of who ruled them. Not APC, not Tinubu, not thugs, not police, not the military, not thieves, not drug dealers. The people must be the determinant. But before we get there, in America, nothing, there is never anywhere in the world, any circumstance that it is thugs that will determine who won election, whether local, county, district, statewide, rep, senate. No, it's not thugs. It's not one political leader that determines it. No, it is the people. Let them choose. If they decide to choose bad ones, good for them. If the bad one turn to be good, good. If the bad one continue to be bad, let the people change him at the appropriate time. That is my cause. Now to Osun State, I want to address, which I have done several times on my Facebook page, Franco Nero, for those that are willing to follow me on that page. I followed the election. Before the election, we spoke. During the election, we spoke. After the election, we will continue to speak. For me, I don't care how Adeleke, Ademola Adeleke, the current governor, who is trying to play games. I understand this game, maybe try to get the money that the heartless, wicked, evil people in the federal government, led by Tinubu, held back the state money for months. He may be trying to play games to get that money. But make no mistake, let nobody gaslight anybody anywhere. It is the people of Osun State that stood firmly against the rigging machinery of 16 governors, including the D7 clueless governor of Edo State, which is, how can a governor who has E8 in government, D7 in economics, F9 in biology, F9 in agric, only has C5 in mathematics? I will therefore confidently declare that two things happen in that, either he copied or the Dagbura for. We'll go to another state and begin to insult the people. I think, in my opinion, that is also a motivating factor that mobilized the people of Osun State, including what Davido did to make sure that what happened, it is the people. The people fought gallantly. Took money from the people that were buying votes. Follow their vote. That thing must be replicated across the 36 states. And in the north, it may be even worse because, yes, I was born in the north. I grew up among them in Hausa-Kota in Warri. These people from the north, once they take a decision, it no matter how many military Tinubu will deploy, how many police, how many soldiers. As a matter of fact, they are not more than the people. That is the truth. They are ready. If that's why I'm happy that will be aligned with Konkoso. Yes, we need him for that ruggedness. If we must get and change this country for the good, we must match their madness with madness, but we cannot be evil as they are. Thank you, guys.
Oniro, no vex now. Who be annoying you? No vex, my brother.
Now the evil people, now these people are oh my God. If not be say Davido, if not be say Davido, now very international figure, hold on, oh. If not be say na very international figure and he respect his uncle, what is Davido for the talk now? Listen, go read Davido tweet when one Dio Israel, whatever his name is called. I was trying to gaslight Davido. Davido said, these people are evil. You are disgusting. That is what he said. That is what he wrote. Before Davido verse, I wrote that he will never support APC. He has seen them. I have seen them from 2015. Then in 2023, they are devilish out. They are ready to buy people. Not they are ready. They did buy people, injure people, just because people want to vote. How? Why? And we'll support them? No, we cannot. People like us that have the mind will speak up.
Davido allege. Now, you not even show you evidence of what make them devilish now. And you not even tell you the people when they call devilish now.
No, I got prove it. Okay, let me tell you how devilish they are. Let me tell you how evil they are. In 2023, I know somebody whose family member, because that person, you know, after the whole election, they said Igbo people, this, that. They refused them from opening the shop. This person went to his shop to open his shop. They rounded up that person, beat him up, injure him, which led to the person's death. That is one. Two, there is somebody, a lady, in 2023, during the presidential election in Lagos State. The lady just wanted to go and vote. They injured that woman, put bottle for her eyes. After they treat the woman went back and said, I must still vote. After the presidential election, some people, useless, evil people, went on the street and tell people that if you are not voting for the demonic, satanic, evil APC people, nobody should come out. How in the world will we continue to live like that? We will challenge them and speak to them, to their faces. Whether it's the governor of Delta State, whether it's the governor of Edo State, we are not scared of them. The highest they will do is to arrest us. The highest they will do is to fire us. The least they will do is to arrest us. And we're already for the betterment of our children. Our parents, some of our parents refuse to speak. They're hiding their faces. That is what led to this evil. Thieves. They will thief money. They will budget money. They will thief the money. IMF will talk. Nobody want to do nothing. Can we continue like this? No. And people will come and be begging you 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. How do you sustain that when people are stealing billions? The country cannot survive the next 5 years, the next 6 years under this group of evil people. They are wicked, heartless. They don't care. If you want a fair election, nobody should credit anything to Tinubu. If you want fair election, how do you mobilize 16 governors to a state? A family member of Adeleke was speaking recently. I watched the video. They spent 60 billion.
That's the video.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me? Are you telling me these people are good people? They have good heart towards the people. They are thieves. Now, people went to Enugu State. See, kidney problem. Thousands of people see their belly. I almost shed tears. How? How do we allow our people to continue to suffer and they want us to keep quiet? How? And people will come and be begging you. Everybody begging. Have they turned Nigeria to a Begistan?
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Me, I don't fear anybody. Even my state governor, we know him before he became a member of the State House of Assembly. We know him when he became the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, before he now became the governor. And they will come and be telling us Delta State must do this for Tinubu. Who the hell? We know all of them. We are not babies. We are not scared. We are educated as they are. We may not be thieves as they are, but we are not illiterates.
Bros, please, we're still taking calls. You can call on WhatsApp. Sorry, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know saying as a Nigerian situation, they can get you really upset, and that's why we all do what we do out of passion. All right, just before we run off, Tiwed and Juma, hello, Lumini, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I just want to ask you if you know about this Professor Odenta. This is Professor Odenta, so.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is it by chance? Try and bring that man there because I understand
the way you guys always throw guests for me to just bring. The way you guys throw people for me to bring.
Maybe we stick quiet because I listened to one of his.
You know what it takes me and costs me to bring guests, then you will not be throwing guests for me anyhow to be bringing. But it's okay.
Okay. It's all right. I don't know to say it is stressful like that because I listened to one of his.
You know what's stressful?
I don't know say this. Sorry, I don't know say this stressful. I understand.
So, my own good night. Saturday, you notice there was a particular guest I kept calling the guest. Guest kept doing me, and it's the first time he didn't eventually show up. So things like that keep happening. I mean,
I understand. Don't worry, and again, my second talk again. This that Israel of a guy, that your Israel of a guy. I know everybody get their own who to support to. I'm not against anybody. I made they support whoever they want support. But that guy, sorry, because I don't know. In short, I don't want to say so because I don't want to say so kind of word. But that guy is a disgrace, honestly. For he has his right to support
another person. Why you would support another person? No be disgrace.
You know why I say it's a disgrace?
No.
You know why I say that guy is a disgrace?
You know, I hear I need to
If
agree with her.
I know. That mean you see. No, you see
Everybody
what I
must
say.
not be a bad person because they
You
support
wait
that
now.
candidate.
You wait, Precious. Please wait.
Okay, sir.
You see why I say he has the right to support whoever he wants to support. But when they step out of line, they do some kind of funny thing, they try to deceive the people. Now they I get problem. With.
What's in do now when deceive the people?
You wait now, you wait. If we need to come out, make we talk maybe in policy wise, things where they do or things where they not do, not to the extent that they'll come they gaslight Nigeria. Try to like this and that. Okay, now. Okay, now the guy in question.
Better strategize for the election. Is that
okay? You wait now. Okay, you wait.
For ways where they will win.
You wait now. The guy in question. Yeah, we know that this government in power. We know say they not do well. We know say they don't cause a lot of damages to the Nigerian people since they enter power, they come. Because I know saying they're part of the government as well. In they benefit from the government, in they chop for the government. So we're supposed to be able to tell the truth when we see the truth, even though they benefit from the government. Even though you're benefiting from it, we're supposed to be able to tell speak the truth.
Leader. Do you even understand his office? Do you understand his office?
Which I don't want to talk more because those I don't want to hear about those people anymore.
That means
because
he's doing his job. Do you understand me? Please don't be insensitive. And I think you're being very intolerant, and that's unfair. You cannot blame governments for not being tolerant of opposition, and then you're worse than government. You don't want
no. You see, precious. You see what I tell you just now? I said I get issue. No. Now there I get issue. When government did power, the government is not. You're not governing well. You're not treating the people well. That is not government. A government that do not care about
it is not your business. It is not
my
your business.
Okay.
You know why it's not your business? Because people who choose to support the government get the right to support the government how they want. It's not your business. Your own is to focus on your own candidates.
To focus on my own candidate.
Yes,
okay, why about those same people now? You wait. How about those same people now? We busy they come, they call me. I need this. Help me with this.
And when
help
they call you, tell them say because of people, I'm not going to give you. Period. But it's not enough for you to curse, the supporters openly out for supporting who they're supporting. People have the
right. They support evil because once you support evil, you're supporting evil. So you need to call them out. You cannot continue supporting evil now. We can't continue like this. We need to call them out. So if the government where they power today, now if they do good, that they do things the way things were supposed to be done. Nobody go call them out now. Nobody go get problem.
Mr. MC, hello. Are you aware that there are people actually benefiting? There are people that this administration has helped their life. It's just that it may not be in the number.
Definitely, people they benefit now.
I'm coming. Especially those people who got into stock trading and all that because of this administration, and they're making good money. You won't tell me now, say, may they condemn government, say government don't do them well. Because better for everybody, for their family, but only them. Have you forgotten that all humans were selfish by nature? Have you forgotten? So you expect everybody to just condemn. So what makes you think that if your candidate gets into power, everybody will support him? And by that time, you start criticizing him now. You not start saying that wicked for criticizing.
I know. If my candidate gets into power, I know. Listen, I know for the fact that if my candidate gets into power, the way things are in Nigeria, now things will not be like that. Things will be better, far better than this, and things will go well for everybody.
Let's not keep dragging.
Everybody will benefit from it, not some few group of people. When some few individuals are benefiting and others are starving, no food, nothing. So you know that is not a government. That is not a government. We should say it as it is.
It is a government. Please, hello. Let's move on from this, please.
It's all right.
Mr. Lumide, do you have anything to say additionally before I shut tonight?
I'm just going to say, 2 more days for the campaign to kick off. This is the time for the NDC.
Are you guys even ready? That's the point I'm saying. I'm not even there ready.
to start highlighting the
Precious, don't worry,
negatives
we will shock you.
of the current
We will shock you.
government, highlighting the negatives of the current government to the people, and then letting the people know what they have to offer them.
Hello, make I use 2 minutes before Precious go leave.
All right, please go ahead.
This Tinubu government and APC they are monumental failure of immeasurable proportions. Before satanic evil APC came to government, where I will give the statistics, so I know they talk blah 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 blah. I talk based on fact, figures, and data. Before Tinubu, APC, Buhari, and all of them came to damage the country, where which is the major source of energy. My sister have a business in Nigeria. My younger brother who lives overseas has a business in Nigeria. My mom has a business in Nigeria, but my mom business does not use electricity every day. Fuel rose from less than 200 under Buhari. Before Buhari came to power, fuel was less than 100. He rose in 8 years to less than 200 under Buhari. The wicked people came back to power, led by Tinubu. Fuel moved from about 200 to over almost 2,000 at a point. As we speak, is between 1,200 to 1,500. That is not 10% increase. It's not 20% increase. It is not 100% increase. From 200 to 400 is 100%. From 200 to 600 is 200%. From 200 to 800 is 300%. And so on. Over 500% increase. And you tell me these people are a success, they are wicked, they are no success. When Buhari came to power, there are less than 100 million, over about 60-something million, living under poverty in Nigeria. Buhari moved it to over 133 million people. Tinubu took up power. There are a few millionaires in Nigeria. Some of you here are millionaires. In Naira, not in dollars. There are few that are enjoying the evil wickedness in Nigeria. Me, I not go hungry. That is the truth. I not go hungry. I did not steal government money. I did not steal anybody money. I work hard and invested as I can and be contented with what I have. I hate thieves.
Yes, like you just buy one gold, the thing begin grow the bond, the coins, and buy you.
You know, I bought shares many years ago. So it's not Tinubu that taught me or made me do anything on that. No, it's not Tinubu. It's not APC. As a matter of fact, when Buhari came to government, my shares crashed because he had no economic plan. Back to the datas. Tinubu moved it from 133 million now to over 160-something million Nigerians under poverty. Multi-dimensional poverty.
But at least Tinubu presence help your shares to grow.
Help my shares to grow. How?
Should be say your shares crashed under Buhari regime.
Yeah, it crashed. Shares normally, some of them will grow, some will crash. I still have shares here. I bought shares.
That means they grew under Tinubu's regime.
No, it's not Tinubu policies that made them. No. The shares stock exchange market is different from the normal economy. How many Nigerians get shares? How many? What's the percentage? If some of them put 200,000 and it crashed to in 2 months, the thing crashed to 40,000. Some of them go hang die. But of course, sometimes it will rise, sometimes it will fall, you know. But my major time, what pushed me to buy shares then was Yes, they were giving me dividends. I will say it here. One of my best shares that I ever got was GT Bank shares. They were giving bonus shares. I was giving dividends every now and then. You know, of course, I have shares in plenty company, from banking to insurance, all of them. I know about it. That is quite different from the economy that is affecting my point is the majority of the people are in hunger and poverty. That is on those issues. Finally, there are many other failures. Security. It's personal to me. My mom business, they go to the north, various parts of the north, some part in Kaduna, some part in Sokoto, some part in Jos, Plateau State, to bring goods to the south, to sell perishable goods. You know, these people, my mom, their seasons, they go to Benue State in Boko, they camp there, they stay there. They cannot do it again. The last time my mom tried it, I warned her not to ever do that again. Why? Because the level of insecurity, these evil people don't care. My mom, these people can no longer travel. How do they now feed themselves and their family and their grandchildren, for those that have grandchildren? That is on insecurity. So I can go on and on and on and on and on. But finally, these people have no conscience. They have no heart for the people. Our people are suffering, majority. Some are enjoying. I can agree. I have a friend who is a billionaire. Yeah, he comes to America once in a while. We talk. We are close. He supports the government. I tell him to his face, I don't. Because some of the policies, he thinks it benefits him. You know, he has a good business. He's trying to protect his business. But I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of nobody. Whether you're my friend, you're my family, I don't give it. I don't care. So long as you dance towards them, we can still maintain our friendship on that level. But when it comes to these heartless people that don't mean well, but only their family and their pocket, Nigerians, please, if we do not rise up, Obi cannot be in every polling unit. But NDC, Obedient and Konkoso people, please, let's put heads together. The failures that led to what happened under Labour Party should not repeat itself. I'm doing my own best as I can, but I cannot do it alone. Many of us cannot do it alone. Let those that have resources, have strategy, have technology, everything must come together to counter. These people are ruthless. If you talk to them, if you listen to them, I hate talking to some of these people that support the evil people. Even if you are my family, I don't talk to them. I don't want to. Because they support what is not good for our people, the generality of our people. But finally, if you support APC, my hard-earned money not to go meet you, except I don't know. But before I go, I must find out, but I go try as much as I can, like you said. If you support them, I don't care what it happen to you, you go and meet them. Thank you, guys. God bless you, Madam Precious. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody on the platform.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Franco Nero. T.Y. Danjuma, do you have anything to add quickly before we say our goodbyes? T.Y. don't sleep, leave us. All right. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's on the platform. You know, it's always a pleasure to discuss our country with us. Make we continue, but make we not just talk. As we're talking, let's also do. Let's, get to the street, mobilize, talk to people. Most importantly, educate people. You can use your Osun State example to tell people what they can do. You can use that and let them know the importance of, first of all, coming out earners to vote. Because if they don't turn out in their numbers, it no go good. And turning out in their numbers could go a long way to destroy waiting they happen. Remember that out of 90 something thousand people that registered and took PVCs, we had only less than 30,000, 90 something million rather. We had about less than 30 million votes in 2027. And that 2023 and 2023 election, I get the most awareness. So you just know that with all the awareness where that election gets it, we still have this very little turnout. So We shouldn't let that repeat itself again. And it is your duty, your responsibility to educate your people so that they will do better. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Let's continue to speak of the growth and development of our nation. Let me just leave it at this point. Remember to like and share this post. Protect your mental health very importantly.